And we are back. Welcome back to the Wise Talk podcast. I am your host and executive producer, CaBreon Wise. It is good to see you all. It has been a minute, and I am joined by my fellow executive producer, Ben Doherty. How's it going, Ben?
It's going good. It's going good. Best time of year for sports right now. Football season's starting up.
Absolutely. But we will touch on football, and then we will touch on our own industry in the NBA. But we're going to kick things off locally because our baseball team is on a roll. Just last night, the Brewers defeated the Mets off of a Blake Perkins throw all the way to center, all the way down center. Then William Contreras, throws out who I believe it was. Who was it again? Uh,
It would have been. Oh my goodness! Everybody wanted it's whoever's playing center field for the Mets today because everybody wanted him moved out of there.
yeah,
It would
forgot
have
the
been.
name.
Oh, it's Starling
Um,
Marte. It's Starling Marte.
yeah,
Old man
yeah,
Starling
Mark.
Marte. He's like 40. He shouldn't have. I mean, we can start with that. The minute that he touched second base, Tyrone Taylor should have been running for him. There is absolutely no reason Starling Marte at 36 years old should be your winning run at second base, ever, in any
Yeah,
situation. Especially when you have Tyrone Taylor, who plays the position that he plays. So it's not even a double switch. Who, 5 years younger, much faster, much better athlete at this stage of his career. Starling Marte, obviously, great player in his physical prime, but there's just no reason that he should have been on second base in that spot.
yeah,
That's on.
that
That's on Carlos Mendoza.
yeah,
We
for
can
sure.
start there.
I was quite baffled the fact that he still left him in, but I'll take a win any way I can get it. The Brewers, best team in baseball. What's our record right now?
Right now we're 71 and 44. I
71 and
mean, we're
44.
5 games up on the Central, and we are. I mean, we're 4 games up, 4.5 games up on the National League, and 3.5 games up on. I'm sorry, no, 4 games up on the Toronto Blue Jays. So right now we are sitting as pretty as one can be, atop the MLB standings, and as we grow this lead, we're approaching the Tigers, who when they had the biggest MLB obviously lead um, all year since after the first month, because first month doesn't matter obviously, but ever since then the Tigers were up there. Tigers are in a landslide, just downhill. Ever since the All Star break hit, they just forgot how to play baseball. But we've taken over. We're the only team with 70 wins. We're sitting at 71, and Blue Jays at 68. I mean, maybe they're in LA right now. Just lost last night, and then they go to Chicago. So there's a chance that the Blue Jays don't tip over 70 in the next 2 series, and if they do, it'd probably be 70-71. We have a chance to really pull away from the field here. We keep having success, and we're going to be home for a little bit. We keep having success at home. Mets and Pirates got to be a sweep. We know that, and it's nice to be up top, but we have to maintain that. We've done a great job so far. Just got to keep going.
Yep, absolutely. We're also the only team with the winning percentage over 60. 9-1 in our last 10. In We're very, very good on the road too. We have a 10 game gap, 34 and 24 on games on the road. If I'm not mistaken, we're probably the best road team in baseball as well.
We are
We are
by far the
by
best road team
far
in
too.
baseball. Next best
Yeah.
road team is the Dodgers, 4 games over 500, and then the Cubs, 3 games over 500 on the road. But I
We're
mean,
10 games over.
yeah, it's pretty incredible what they've done on the road this year. Um, and it's promising because ideally we skip the wild card round this year, which means that we're gonna play games away, and we're gonna have to. I mean, we don't have to per se right away win games away if we keep winning how we're doing now. But you pick up an away game in baseball, it's so much more important than the NBA. When you are even in the NHL, NHL's maybe a little more important, but I mean, winning an away game in baseball is everything because atmosphere is everything in baseball. NBA,
Yes,
you can get away with you can fight an atmosphere a lot easier than you can in baseball because it's a one man sport. You are so far away from your teammates and it feels like you're on an island. Every moment you're on an island, and the louder that crowd is, the more the game the crowd is, that island just shrinks, and shrinks. And so being really good away, it is huge for the MLB postseason.
True, absolutely. But that leads us to the question. I believe we both think we know what the answer is, but there's still a little bit doubts among the national media, slightly, about are we World Series contenders?
I mean, I guess it's how you look at it, right? If you look at the past 10, 15 years of World Series contenders, the Brewers look nothing like them. We have, I mean, you can look at our numbers right now. We're bottom 3 in barrel percentage in the league. Our hard hit percentage is, we're looking at 3rd worst in the league. Let me double check these numbers. So it's just, I mean, I'm sorry, we're worst in barrel percentage. We are 6th worst in hard hit percentage. Our exit velocity is 3rd worst. Launch angle, 3rd worst. We don't hit balls hard, right? I mean, you look at our expected batting average numbers, which are always an interesting stat to look at, but I mean, we just don't have good numbers compared to the rest of the field. We have the 3rd worst expected slugging in the MLB, which is, I mean, you don't see contenders like that. It's just not, it's been non-existent in baseball history. But then you look at it, right? We strike out the 6th least in baseball. We walk top 10 in baseball. We play the game almost like in a college successful way, right? I mean, if you, and Murph, he coached at Notre Dame, Pat Murphy, our head coach. I mean, he's brought the college approach into the major leagues, and it's working because if you look, we're bunting. We have guys like Joey Ortiz. Joey Ortiz's whole job when he's at the plate is to try to work a count, work an at-bat. He gets 0-2. His goal is to make contact with every single pitch that he sees. Foul ball, foul ball, foul ball. Raise pitch counts. I mean, the way that we're playing baseball, it's pretty incredible. And a little bit is luck, right? Getting Andrew Vaughn was luck. Because, I mean, we called up Mizorowski, and like that was going to happen, obviously. But Savale's reaction to Mizorowski is the only reason why we have the best hitter in baseball for the past, or 2nd best hitter in baseball for the past month, right? So, it's just, I mean, I understand the national hesitation behind the Brewers, because if you looked at the Brewers team on paper, did not look at wins and losses, and you just say, hey, I mean, this is a team that slugs, what do we slug here? I mean, we slugged 397 as a team, bottom half. Our on-base percentage, really good. But when you look at really good on-base percentage, really bad slugging, you're thinking a team like the Nationals, right? A young squad, lots of speed, can't hit the ball in the park, can't drive runs in, and they just fall apart in the clutch. But then you look, we have 71 wins with a plus 128 run differential. And how the hell did that happen? Part of it's the pitching staff, part of it's young guys stepping up. Guys like Caleb Durbin, Isaac Collins, not a young guy, but a rookie, right? 28-year-old rookie. He's been incredible. Caleb Durbin's been incredible. We're getting results from guys that normally wouldn't give results, like Andrew Monasterio. Whenever he's in the lineup, he does something good. Get a huge play in the Dodgers series to keep us ahead. Big play in the Cubs series to keep us there. Gone once or twice. Joey Ortiz, same thing. You don't expect him to do anything with the bat, but when we were in our win streak, to start that off, it was Joey Ortiz batting 350 at the start of that win streak. That got us going on the track. So when Contreras and Yelich and Churio, now they're waking up to the second half, that's putting us in a place to be successful. And it's been a lot of luck. Like I said, I mean, Blake Perkins comes up, Churio goes down. That couldn't have been timed any better, right? I mean, if Blake Perkins isn't ready there, now we're starting Daz Cameron in center, or God forbid Yelich has to play every day, and now he's hurt again. So, I mean, it's a lot of good timing for us, like a little bit of luck, but they're playing the game the right way, and they're playing it in such an enjoyable manner. And I am loving Brewers baseball right now, and I don't think I've loved it this much since 2018.
Yeah, for certain. What you said is completely true. Like, when you look on paper and says compare this team to the let's say the 2020, who won the series in 20, the World Series in 20?
The World Series in 2020 was the Los Angeles Dodgers.
Like the Dodgers. If you were to compare it on paper to us, to them, it will look like we're just a wild card team. If you do it with even the World Series teams from last year, and the Yankees and the Dodgers, or what year the Royals won the World Series?
The 2015 year.
2015.
Yeah.
Like when you look at these recent World Series teams, you're gonna see like, why on earth should we think of them as contenders? But at the same time, there's a lot to factor in when the Brewers have been insanely clutch this year. And normally with the momentum like this in baseball, normally that momentum continues. Normally. And I believe this type of baseball that the Brewers are playing is sustainable. And I think, and when you compare it to the teams in the NL, like, I don't see us being in that much of a tough series with. Now, don't get me wrong. The Padres are solid. The Mets are solid. You're never going to see them on the Cubs. But still. The Phillies could get. The Dodgers, of course, is going to give you a battle because of the talent that you have. The Phillies, of course, you can't discount them. But when you look at the Cubs, the Padres, and the Mets, I think the Brewers will handle business against them. Now it's just the Dodgers and the Phillies who you really have to worry about.
Yeah, I mean, the only issue that I mean we've run into the past few years as the Brewers, and that it's going to continue to present itself until this team grows up a little bit, is when we hit October, right? And you can pick 2 years ago that Arizona series, right? Burns is on the mound, and we lose 2-1, 3-1. Like you can't.
Yeah.
Like, this is good momentum, right? The guys are happy. The guys are confident. That's the biggest thing, confidence here. But even last year with the Mets, like we lose that game 3-2, but we act like, oh, we were dominating that game, like in just one swing by Pete Alonso we lost. No, we weren't, right? We had 2 good offensive swings the entire game. They both happened to leave the yard, and they were both within 2 pitches of each other. And then you hit October, and it's the guys like Pete Alonso that win you games. And for the Dodgers, they have a lot of those guys. Freddie Freeman, he's great. He's been falling off because of his injury, and he's old, but he's been great. Mookie Betts starting to heat back up. He had a go-ahead home run last night for the Dodgers. And then same with the Phillies. You look at Nick Castellanos, Kyle Schwarber, Bryce Harper, Trey Turner. I mean, all these guys that like they step up to the plate. They're your guy. The Brewers,
and also with the Dodgers, you forgot the best damn baseball player in the world.
Well, Shohei Ohtani, yeah, he doesn't need to be mentioned. That's the biggest thing. You know, he doesn't need to be mentioned. And he hasn't, in my opinion, he hasn't been the best for them this year. Will Smith has been the best hitter in the National League this year, other than Kyle Schwarber. That's my opinion. I mean, he's been fantastic. He's been everything the Dodgers needed. But when in October, when it comes to you need to get a win, those are the guys that get you the win. And we've seen that the past 2 years, we haven't had those guys, right? And the guys that we have had were on the mound. But Corbin Burns couldn't give us a playoff win because Corbin Burns allowed 2 and we scored 1. Yeah. That's not a win, all right? He did his job. Batters didn't do theirs. Last year, again, Tobias Myers steps up huge. Devin Williams, obviously 1 swing. Don't have to talk about it. But, I mean, we only give up 3 runs and we lose a playoff game. Not great, right? I mean, 3 runs is a lot in baseball, but you give up 3 runs only in the 9th inning, you expect to win that baseball game. Because you had 8 innings of momentum and attack that you could have taken, and you didn't. And we just need to find that guy. It's been Churio throughout the year. It's been Andrew Vaughn throughout the year. He was big. He's starting to cool off a little bit now. He's been struggling. I think he's won for his last 16 or 17 here. But we need to find that guy. We need to just hone in on that guy and let one person or 2 people give us their star power and become the star power. Because the power of friendship is going to carry you through the regular season. But when you need to swing in October, and like I said before, you're on your island at the plate. You got to do it for yourself. Power of friendship's gone. You just got to figure it out. You got to do it. And I love Murph's baseball, and Murph's baseball is working, and it's working fantastic. But we need to find our guy, and that's the difference between the Dodgers, the Phillies, even the Cubs, Padres, and Mets. Again, you talk about all 5 of those teams, there's a name that comes to mind. Then there's another name that comes to mind. There's probably 2 or 3 names that come to mind. and then you bring up a Brewer.
Yeah.
You compare any of those rosters to the Brewers, right? I mean, the Dodgers, you're going to say Mookie, Ohtani, Freeman, Smith, Churio. The Phillies, you're going to say Schwarber, Harper, Suarez, Churio. Cubs, Tucker, Suzuki, Crow Armstrong, Churio.
Churio over Crow Armstrong, but okay.
It depends. It depends on what Pete does with it next month because he's been awful recently. It's been great to watch. But you go down the list, like the Mets, obviously. Lindor, Soto, Alonso, Churio. So all these teams have at least 3 stars on us. And it's interesting what happens because come October, that's usually makes a difference. But usually that difference happens in the regular season too. And you don't see a team like the Brewers with 71 wins while everybody else is in the 60s. But I don't know. It's...
Yeah, I definitely get your point. I definitely get your point because it's going to come down to those moments in which you need one swing. But to be honest, hopefully Churio is still good with his hamstring.
He's good.
Which,
That IL trip was generous, just so we could bring up some guys, give looks, platoon guys. He's fine. Same with Mizorowski. Same with Henderson. They're all good. We're inning managing. I mean, we're doing it the right way with young guys, which is something you don't see at a lot of teams. I mean, but our discipline with our young guys is going to keep us good for a long time. So we're doing the right thing right now.
What Drish has said is good. One thing I trust with the Brewers is developing the young talent. That's one thing I definitely trust about them. Since our owner doesn't want to pay, we're going to have to develop. So that's pretty much what it is. Like you said, it's going to come down to a swing. I trust Yelich in the postseason. I will trust Churio. I think Vaughn, he has cooled off a little bit, so we still do have to see if this stretch that he was previously on that could come in play in October. But so when you rank the Brewers among contenders, where would you place them?
I mean, right now you can't put them any place but one. Because right now what they're doing is working, right? Mm-hmm. And you can throw all the hypotheticals you want at it, what happens when October comes, and like I said, you need a swing. But it's working right now. You can't say they're anything but one because it's working now, and people haven't shown how to beat it. And the biggest thing the Brewers are doing better than anybody in baseball is like their swing choices. And you hear about it in interviews all the time, Pat Murphy talking about guys that aren't making the right swing choices. Big one was Joey Ortiz. Before the All-Star break and really like going into the All-Star break, he was getting benched a lot for Monasterio. When we first brought Siegler up, Tyler Black was coming up. We were moving guys around. Joey Ortiz found himself out of the lineup a lot because he was just swinging at everything. The Brewers have the best zone swing percentage in baseball. What that means is that when the ball is in the zone, what that means is their percentage of swings on balls in the zone is the best in the MLB. They chase the least in the MLB. They make contact on balls in the zone. The top 10 in the MLB. Like, everything they do with their swing decisions is elite, and this is a college approach again. And this is what will carry over to the postseason, because this will let you compile young guys' small things on top of each other instead of having to rely on the one big thing. But, I mean, their chase percentage, best in baseball. It just, first swing percentage, bottom 4. They're going to make you throw the ball, right? Regular swing percentage, bottom 2. They swing the second least amount in baseball. But that also leads to them swinging missing the 4th least amount in baseball. Everything they do at the plate in terms of mentality and approach is perfect. That's what's gotten them to where they are. So when they do hit that 21-mile-per-hour chopper that doesn't get above the pitcher's head, it gets them on base because it's almost like a lull in the sleep type of thing. You're just finding your pitch. Your pitch comes, you're going to do something with it. Like, the expectation is you get your pitch, you're going to do something with it no matter what. And it's working. It's working so well. And that's what highlights the Brewers as contenders. Their discipline at the plate. And another thing that highlights them as contenders is their defense. Yeah. One of the best defenses in baseball, if not the best defense. If you look at just our top 9 starters, if you want to call them. So Yelich, Perkins, Turang, Vaughn, Frelick, Collins, Ortiz, Churio, Durbin, right? Yeah. Top 9 guys that are going to play the field other than Contreras. Baseball Savant does not give good catcher statistics, so we're going to leave him out of this. But we're looking at a team 21 outs above average, right? The only position where we don't have positive outs above average, you want to guess what that is?
The only position?
The only position where we don't have positive outs above average, where we have elite fielders in every position but one. What do you think that one is?
What that? I wouldn't say outfield. This should not be hard for me. I'm thinking third base.
It's second base.
Second base.
Platinum Glover, Bryce Terang, who was supposed to be and was the best defender in baseball this year, has a -4 outs above average. He's just awful, and I know that's kind of rude to say. His range to his glove side is really bad. And outs above average is an interesting stat, right? Because Bryce Terang doesn't make a lot of errors. He makes great plays on balls up the middle, and he's a versatile fielder. Outs above average is plays that you necessarily wouldn't expect the average infielder, second baseman to make. But last year's outs above average was a lot higher. Don't know what's going on with it. He's -6 outs above average towards the hole, and -1 outs above average straight up. It's really hard to gain or lose outs above average on a straight up ball. Really, like, that just means that, like, he got an 106 mile per hour ground ball hit right at him, and it ate him up. Oh no. But the glove side is a little concerning because we don't have the most mobile, complete, good defenders at first. But, I mean, you're looking at 7 outs above average at short, 6 in right, 3 in center, 3 at third, 5 in left, because Isaac Collins has been the best left fielder in baseball, and 2 at first. So there's, I mean, still good first baseman, just not great. Again, our first basemen have been great down the lines this year. And that's another thing I want to highlight. The Brewers play deeper and more push side than almost any outfield in the MLB. If you look at our positioning statistics, especially our corners are playing 3 to 4 to even sometimes 8 feet deeper than your league average outfielder, cutting off extra base hits, forcing guys to singles because they have good arms, they have good range, and then also they play more push side. So, like, if a lefty's up, we're going to keep our left fielder where he is instead of dragging him to the left center gap. We're going to keep our center fielder even maybe a little bit towards the left center gap on lefties. Righties, same thing. Our right fielders push towards that corner, so when that ball goes to the opposite field, it's not a triple because we don't give up triples, right? And it's impressive. Again, this is new because Major League Baseball doesn't do that. Major League Baseball cuts off the gaps. That's what Major League Baseball has always done. Maybe for one hitter or two hitters, guys that are really, like, out in front, behind baseballs, whatever, you'll shade them. We don't. We keep our guys where they're supposed to be, and it works. And no one knows why it works, but it's working right now, and I hope it keeps working. Again, all this stuff it's new. Everything that we're doing is unheard of a successful team. So will it continue in the playoffs? Who knows? But it's working right now, and it hasn't shown any desire to stop.
Yeah, pretty much covered it from top to bottom. Like I said, the Brewers, number one on my list because you just can't really have anybody above them at this given moment. Even though the Dodgers had that little stretch, I'm not worried about them come postseason time. They've struggled with, it'll be fixed up by postseason, and that's the only team I really fear, really, in the NL. Maybe the Phillies, but the Dodgers is the only team that I really fear. But before we head to the,
I would fear the Phillies more than the Dodgers.
Really,
in my opinion. Yep, their bullpen now is the second best in baseball. Picking up Duran is a huge pickup for them on an already good bullpen. The Mets, obviously, they have the best bullpen in baseball. It's not close. Irrefutable. But the Phillies, I mean, they're bred for October. Everything they do is meant for October. They have all the big swing guys. They have the best atmosphere in baseball. They have two great starting pitchers. I mean, sometimes that's all you even need in the postseason. You go great start, platoon game. You're right back to starter number one. You don't need a 5-man rotation in October. You need a 3-man rotation. And the Phillies have everything about the Phillies screams October success. So I think the Phillies are the Brewers' biggest competition, and then the Cubs as well. I think the Dodgers are the fourth, if not fifth, most dangerous team in the National League in terms of postseason.
Really?
Yes. Yes. Because also Dave Roberts is a moron. That helps a little bit. Dave Roberts is not good at his job, and that helps the case. So
I would agree with you there. If you were to put, let me see. Name a manager for me then.
For the other teams,
Yeah, just name a manager.
I mean, like Craig Counsell.
Craig Counsell wouldn't win with the Dodgers.
Well, no, but I mean, you take Carlos Mendoza, you take Terry Francona,
take Mendoza.
I mean, any of these guys, you could throw them on the Dodgers and they'd have the best record in baseball.
Yeah,
and that's just what it is. You could take Ryan Snicker and throw him on the Dodgers right now today, and he'd give them the best record in baseball. I mean,
for sure.
Him and Aaron Boone, just bad, just really bad.
Aaron Boone and Counsell. Counsell just leaves a bad taste in my mouth. He's not bad, but
he's not as bad, but he's definitely not good.
He's not good either.
To have the talent that you have and you're 5 games back in the division, it's not a good sign.
Nope, not at all. Before we move on to football, is there anything that you want to touch with the AL, maybe?
I mean, Blue Jays look fantastic. Everything that the Brewers are just good at that I just said, the Blue Jays are slightly better at. I mean, their swing and miss rate is unheard of. I was just looking at this before we hopped on, just for funsies. Their whiff percentage is 20.7%.
Jesus.
That's almost 2 full percents lower than Kansas City in second, and almost 3% lower than the Brewers, who are in fourth. I mean, it's 4.5% below league average. It is ridiculous what the Blue Jays are doing. I mean, strikeout percentage, everything that they're doing at the plate is beautiful. They're 31 strikeouts behind second place Kansas City in terms of least strikeouts. They've drawn, where is it here? They've drawn 389 walks. It's fantastic. They're such a fun team to watch. They have a 340 on base percentage. Again, 10% higher than the Brewers in second, and somewhere in the 15% higher than league average, if not 20% higher than league average. The Blue Jays are fantastic on offense. Their defense is serviceable, not great. Dalton Varsho, he's good in center. Vladimir Guerrero, he's getting better at first. He's actually pretty good this year. Bo Bichette, great shortstop. Alejandro Kirk, great thrower of the baseball. So the Blue Jays look great. Tigers did look great. The All-Star game came. Their whole lineup went 0-4. Their relievers were the only ones that gave up runs. And then they came out that playing like they did in the All-Star game. And it just doesn't make sense. I mean, even Skubal got hit around you. Skubal, I mean, he was untouchable the whole year. In metaphorically and literally. He gets trotted out of the game by the Twins yesterday. The post-deadline Twins. That can't happen. They've lost 50 runs in their run differential in the past month. Tigers are falling apart right now, and it sucks for them. Astros, I think they're going to win. The West, they're good. They've always been good. They keep being good. It's ridiculous what they do, but it's fun to watch. Mariners, they'll make the playoffs. They might take that top spot from Houston. I don't think so. But again, another team that's really boring to watch, but really interesting to watch. They throw the ball well. They hit the ball horribly. Fun team to watch. Red Sox on top, or second in the AL East. Another team with, I mean, when you have Crochet at the top of your lineup, I mean, that's a game 1 win 9 times out of 10. So then whatever you do, game 2, game 3, if you can get a game 4, that's another almost auto win. I mean, Crochet's been fantastic. The Yankees, big headliner recently. They suck.
Yeah.
There's no other way to put it. They went all in at the trade deadline. Kept Spencer Jones, which I was really excited about. Big Spencer Jones guy. I think he has a chance to be one of the best hitters in baseball whenever they call him up, and it should be soon. It should have been when Aaron Judge got hurt, and they didn't. But they should call him up when the September roster expands. Let him get some big league experience, even if he doesn't get any swings in the postseason. Let him swing just in September. But they're only a half game up on the Guardians for the last wildcard spot. Devin Williams has been horrible. David Bendar has been better, but that first outing, I mean, they trotted out their 3 brand new relievers against the Miami Marlins. Now, the Miami Marlins were hot, but Miami Marlins are 57 and 58. And they blew 3 separate leads to the Miami Marlins. With 3 brand new all-star relievers that just blew it. I mean, if we look at the StatCast from this game, Carlos Rodon, 4 2/3, 4 runs, 5 walks, bad. Jonathan Lasagna, said it wrong, I don't care. He got the last out of the 5th, good job. Then they bring in current Yankee, Brent Hendrick, does well, 1 inning, no runs, a walk, whatever. Bring in Jacob Bird, who newly acquired pitcher from the Colorado Rockies. Gives up 4 runs, gets 1 out. David Bendar gives up 2 runs, gets 5 outs. And then Camilo Doval, who, 1, great name. 2, didn't really have to trade for this guy because he doesn't have a spot in the bullpen other than just, hey, come in and throw. Because ideally when you made these trades, Williams or Bendar was going to be your closer. Williams or Bendar was going to be your setup guy, and then you had the guys already on your team that could be that front little part of the bullpen. So Doval was a very useless pickup. They could have gone without him. But then he gets 1 out, gives up 3 runs, and they blow the game. They lose 13-12 to the Miami Marlins. 13-12 to the Miami Marlins. That can't happen.
Brutal.
Another point, they walked 8 people that game. And they used 6 pitchers. If you have 6 pitchers pitching a baseball game, you walk 8 people. That's really bad. That is very, very bad. But they're sliding, right? Yankees are sliding, and they are sliding off a steep cliff. They just can't seem to win. Last night, Aaron Boone, I don't like you, all right? But regardless of my opinion on you, Devin Williams, as of right now, is the worst reliever in baseball.
Yeah.
It's like he has the yips on the mound. Every changeup he throws is either 5 feet in front of the plate or just elbow high, drive the baseball to the outfield. So what did we see last night? We bring in Devin Williams and extras. Why? No idea. The pen's ready. The bullpen's ready. The day before, they played the Rangers. Rodon went 5, Leiter went 1, Hill went 1, De Los Santos went, I guess they both split an inning in 2/3, and then Bendar finished the 2 1/3 save. So you had guys in the pen ready. You had Bird if you wanted him. You had Doval if you wanted him. You had all these guys who aren't getting blown up right now, and you're playing. It's not a rivalry, but it is, right? It is. They hate each other. You bring in Devin Williams. Devin Williams. Pew, 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 pew. I mean, first pitch that he threw didn't touch the catcher. And it's like, why bring a guy into an extra inning spot where there's already a runner? If this was 2018 and there was no runner on second, okay. But you bring a guy who's already struggling into the highest leverage spot possible, and what happens? He gives up 3 runs, and it doesn't make sense. That's just bad managing by Boone. He got booed really bad last night. I don't know if you saw. There was a really, 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 really good video of a fan just cursing out Boone after Devin Williams gave up the home run to Tramwell. And again, not to be that guy, but Taylor Tramwell has 3 home runs on the year. Devin Williams threw him a changeup, literally, I mean, belly button high, hung, and it got deposited like it was. And it's just, everything is bad in New York right now. I hope they keep losing. I think they'll keep losing. And I think it would be really fun if Aaron Judge asked out in New York.
I would think so too.
It would be really difficult for it to happen, like nearly impossible. So I'm not saying it's going to happen because it probably won't.
Right.
But if this organization, which just dumped a bunch of prospects, to get these rental relievers continues the way that they're going, and Aaron Judge wants to have a winning middle and then end of his career, he could consider potentially leaving New York. And now this whole narrative shifts from, oh my God, is Soto going to come back because we're the best team in the world, everyone loves New York, to, oh my God, are we going to lose our second most loyal player ever? And top 10 player, Yankees are a hard team to gauge in terms of rankings because they've been so good historically.
So much.
But I mean, a top 3 player since the turn of the century, easily for the Yankees. And it's just, where does it go? But I hope the Yankees lose. I hope Boone gets fired and he coaches Double-A, because I don't like him either. And another thing I hate about Boone, because I'm gonna rant a little bit here, because he really makes me mad as a baseball fan.
Go right ahead.
He lacks any tangible accountability. And whenever he does attempt to hold players accountable, he acts like it is this worst thing in the world. Like when Jazz got picked off first base on the infield fly ball last week, he pulled him into the clubhouse and talked to him in the middle of the game and sent him back out. Didn't take him out of the game. Okay, whatever. And then in the post game, he seemed almost apologetic for it. Like I guess if he embarrassed Jazz, and then same thing with he yelled at the third base coach in the dugout, and then after the game again he's apologetic. It's like he's unwilling to hold his guys accountable to the media, to the fans, New York fans, worst in baseball but the most aggressive in baseball. They want accountability, and he's unwilling to provide that, and it was masked in the past. You know why? Because they were good. But when times are bad, true colors show, and the fans want results, and Boone is not going to get results with this goody-goody, I want to be your friend managing. Especially
not in New York.
Like New York. Yeah. I mean, it's like if you took Budenholzer, put him on the Knicks, and then they lost 4 or 5 games in a row. Exact same thing, because Budenholzer was the same way. We don't want to hold our guys accountable on the floor. The only guy I'm ever going to yell at is the referees.
Yeah.
And it's the same way with Boone. His guys are always in the right. His guys are always the best they can be, and they're not. They're garbage right now, and they need to figure it out. Again, to clarify, I hope they don't. I want that on the record. I hope they don't.
Yeah, for sure. I hope this whole stretch, they just completely fall out the water, and I think that's probably what's going to happen, because this team is beyond saving.
Oh yeah.
So
it's been fun to watch.
Yeah, for sure. I think that pretty much touches everything we need to cover with the Brewers in baseball at the given moment. Brewers continue their series against the Mets. I believe 7-10 start, if I'm not mistaken.
6:10 earlier
6:10.
today. Yep, 6:10. Yep, I will be there.
Okay, good. Alrighty. Now we're gonna move right along. Wait, before we move along, I see that there's a college. Wait, hold on. Is this women's college basketball or men's college basketball?
Where are we looking here?
I just saw the number 4 women's college high school girls basketball player has landed in North Carolina.
As in UNC?
As in UNC, Kate Harping.
Interesting. Not to be rude, but I've never heard of her. The only high school girls basketball player that I followed that didn't go to Pius was KK Arnold. So I really have no idea who that is. But the fact that she went to UNC instead of SC, something changing down there in the Carolinas.
Yeah, she's a 5'10" guard. Her most recent, she led the USA under-19 team to the gold medal in the FIBA World Cup.
Yeah, that was a clobbering. I remember seeing those scores.
Yeah. She is the highest rated perimeter player to sign with UNC ever. And she chose teams over, and she chose UNC over UCLA, Iowa, Vanderbilt, UConn, South Carolina, Duke, Texas, and Tennessee.
Interesting. I mean, Hey, they must have threw a milli at her or something, but I don't.
Yeah,
That doesn't make sense to me because if I was a women's basketball player and I had those offers, I would not be picking North Carolina.
yeah.
But
She's the number 4 player in the 2026 ESPNW 100 class.
maybe
So
she just
it's.
really likes powder blue. Who knows?
I mean, it's the reason why that's Wise Talks colors. I mean,
Yeah, yeah,
beautiful
but
colors.
I mean, if you could play for Dawn Staley, you'd play for Dawn Staley.
That,
That's
that
just my opinion. I
I
mean,
mean, Gino and Dawn
yeah,
both
yeah.
gave her offers. Like, if those two offered me, that's the only two I'm thinking about. That's the
Yeah,
only two
I
I'm thinking
would.
about.
Hey, good for UNC. Good for their recruitment. I don't know how they did it because again, Dawn Staley. If I could play for her,
Right?
I mean, I'd sign that the second I got that offer. I mean, same with Gino, right?
Yeah.
Good for her
Shocking.
though. Good for her. Good for
Yeah.
her.
And also, speaking of North Carolina, if you did miss my report, there are rumors saying that North Carolina could be moving to SEC in years now.
I
In
did.
years
I
time.
did see that. There's another school that was wanted to be SEC bound. I think it might have been Florida State.
I believe so. It was Florida State.
That was looking, which that would, I mean, they would lose everything they played.
Absolutely, like Florida State.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
I
certainly.
mean, they'd lose football, they'd lose
Yeah,
basketball, they'd
football
lose
they'll get.
baseball.
Whew.
They get
No, no,
hornswoggled in
no,
football
North Carolina will survive with basketball. They won't be good in
and
football.
baseball
In
and
baseball.
baseball. I mean, they were a great baseball team. They'd survive the SEC, but I mean, Florida State.
I mean, they've fallen off a cliff football.
They've fallen off a
Basket.
cliff everything. I mean,
Yeah.
they really, just the size of the cliff that they fell. I mean, there's not a lot looking up in the great state of, what is that, Tallahassee? The great city of Tallahassee?
Yeah, the great city of Tallahassee. Yep. Florida.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
So,
Yep.
yeah.
And moving on forward, now we're gonna touch on football preseason. Week 1 started this week. I believe the full slate is today. Our Packers play at 7 o'clock tonight. Preseason game started yesterday. Hall of Fame game last week. One thing that we agreed on in our production meeting, was that Shador Sanders being the biggest storyline in the entire preseason thing. So, what was your thoughts if you did watch, which I'm sure you did, Shador Sanders last night?
I mean, he looked good. I will say he definitely looked like a college quarterback. The way that he kept extending plays vertically
Yeah.
past the field, where he's running away from that first down marker, away from the line of scrimmage. That's something you see mostly in college. A lot of NFL guys, right? I mean, with the athletes that you see at the top end, edge rushers and D linemen, you won't get to turn around like he was doing last night. So I'm curious how that progresses as starters weed their way in as the preseason goes, and if he does happen on the field during the regular season, I think that's going to be a little different because those balls will need to be thrown away before he's 20 yards past the line or behind the line of scrimmage.
True.
But the arm looked great, and the arm on the run looked good. Pocket presence looked okay-ish. A couple of times where he was squirmish, dipped out early, but I mean, it's his first game in a professional uniform, and he performed. If you're a box score watcher, he performed spectacularly. If you watch the game, he performed pretty good. And pretty good is all you can ask for out of a late round pick
Yeah.
playing in his first game ever, who was 4th on the depth chart. So I think he did good. Not great, not great at all, but I think he did good.
Yeah, let's be. Yeah, absolutely. The 2 touchdown passes that Shador threw, very, very good, especially his first one. That was as great as a throw that you could possibly pull off in that situation. Again, Shador, he looked good, not great. Not anything that really, except maybe the first touchdown pass that wowed you, but at the same time, that's really all you need with the 5th rounder. especially at the situation that Cleveland has put themselves into. Because of course you have 6 quarterbacks on your roster, 4 who are active, and that guy also dealing with an Achilles, thank God. But I hope his pain doubles. Yeah. Hold on, let me revive myself. I kind of caught myself off guard with that one.
You caught yourself on the hate train. That's
Yeah,
where you caught yourself?
yeah, I did. Yeah, that's my fault. But then again, with Cleveland, they're in a very, very sticky situation with they put themselves into. They're going to have a very rough season as I've completed my official predictions. I predicted them to go 2-15.
Well, let me take a look at the schedule before
It
I
is
judge
going.
that.
When I looked at the schedule, it was like,
They're not going to have a winnable game until week 7.
you know, another team that's going to have the same exact thing, the New Orleans Saints. Ben, the Saints have like a 12-game stretch in which it's not winnable.
Oh my God. So we're saying winnable games for the Browns are Dolphins,
Yep.
Jets,
Uh-huh.
Raiders, and Titans.
Uh-huh. And they will
Maybe the Bears, depending on how that goes.
No, I think the Bears are
I think
head
the
and
Bears
shoulders.
beat them. Yeah, sadly.
I think the Bears are head and shoulders above Browns.
Yeah. Oh my God! What a schedule! What a
It
schedule.
is rough. 'Cause when I re-looked at the games, because I picked each game by game using the NFL season predictor thing. Make sure y'all do that at the playoffpredictor.com free promo. But pretty much. When I looked at a lot of these schedules, I said they are harder than I thought that they were. And the Browns have a rough schedule.
Well, and they drew the short straw of, like, you play the 2 divisions each, or you play your own division but 2 others. Mm-hmm. And they drew the NFC Central and the AFC East, which are arguably 2 of the better divisions in football. Especially, like, because the Patriots are on their way up. The Dolphins are kind of figuring things out. The Jets, no one knows. Probably not. But
and then you face the Bills. And then with the NFC North, you have 3 playoff teams and a team that should be on the rise, they say.
Yeah. This is... We could see 0-17.
It's not
wouldn't just
out
be
the
because
realm.
they suck.
Yeah, it's strictly because they're not a good team. The roster's not good.
Well, and all these teams where they could win games, I mean, they're at the Raiders, they're at the Jets, they're at the Patriots, they're at the Steelers. They get the Dolphins at home, but it's week 7, so it's hot enough up there. You know, like, it's not like they're gonna freeze them out like you'd want to do to a team like the Dolphins, and especially to Tua Tagovailoa, because God forbid he has to throw a ball in the cold.
Right.
They get the Titans at home, but again, same thing. The Titans. Cam Ward might not be used to it, but they travel north enough. They'll figure it out.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, Cam Ward before going to Miami was at Washington State.
Yeah, but he also wasn't as good at Washington State.
He
was good. He was good.
True.
He was actually pretty damn good at Washington State. He torched the Badgers
Mm-hmm.
at Washington State.
Yeah.
But, yeah, this could be 0-17. I didn't know it was that bad.
But honestly, the Saints have a better shot going 0-17
Let's
rather than the Browns.
Let's take a look in New Orleans here.
I think I had them losing their first 13 games.
Well, I kind of hope Shador doesn't start now, so he doesn't get blamed for
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I don't want Shador in that first 7-game stretch. I don't want Shador in that first 7-game stretch.
That would be a great time to go Flacco to Pickett, and then let Shador play that little when they get the Titans in there, they get the Raiders. Let them play those games. Make them look. All right, Cardinals, Niners, Seahawks. Okay, but here's the thing: the Saints could beat the Cardinals.
No.
Could, not will, could. Could.
Could. Nah,
Hear the
nah.
words. Hear the words. Could. They they could beat the Giants. They could beat the Seahawks on the right Sunday, because the Seahawks aren't going to
I
be very
think
good.
the Seahawks I have going 5-12, but it's not that type of a 5-12 season. Do you kind of follow where I'm at?
Yeah,
Like the team is not 5-12 level bad, but
I see the Browns as the same way. I think they are in the 2-15 range, but in terms of talent, I'd put them in like the 7-10 range.
in terms of
Playing
talent,
schedule
the Browns.
yeah, yeah. They have enough on defense. They have
Well,
enough.
I said they have a pass rusher that can disrupt anything. So
Yeah, and their secondary could be worse.
Yeah.
It's not fantastic, but they could be good if they played a schedule like.
okay, so
who plays that?
I think what it is, the Browns have a good enough defense to win you games, but offensively they look rough.
Yeah, and the Saints. I mean, obviously the top-heavy schedule here. Couple games against worse teams at the bottom. 2 games against the Falcons. They get the Titans. They get the Jets. They get the Panthers. But they play 6 of 9 on the road to end the year.
Yeah.
In LA, in Carolina, bye week, home Falcons, Miami, Buccaneers, home Panthers, home Jets.
Well, that LA game is a home game for the Saints.
No, it's not.
LA never packs
Yeah,
their stadiums.
yeah, true. 3:05 on a Sunday.
Yep.
All right, yeah, that'll be a yellow heavy stadium.
Gold
heavy.
kinda.
Well, they're all wearing yellow and gold, really.
Yeah, but the Saints wear like 3 different golds on their jerseys. I don't
that's
understand
true.
it. I don't.
Hey, I do like the new Saints jersey though.
The new Saints jersey. Oh, the gold jersey.
Yeah.
It's solid.
I like it.
Solid.
I like it. So at least they'll look good when they're getting, their ass bust. But
Yeah.
huh. Interesting.
Yeah. They
Interesting.
was rough.
Are we gonna touch up on the Indiana situation here?
Oh yes, absolutely. You had a take about Mr. Anthony Richardson. If you would like to share it with
Yeah.
the people.
So I'm just again this is me doing my little counting here, right? So I said Anthony Richardson would be a top 10 quarterback in the AFC.
Yep.
And so I started to count, right? Who would be below him, right?
Okay.
So I need 6 quarterbacks that he's better than, and one of them is going to be Geno Smith. Okay,
He will be better than Geno?
I think he'd be better than Geno. Another one is going to be Trevor Lawrence.
You are off the Trevor Lawrence bandwagon. That's what I'm hearing with that take.
I don't think I've ever been on the Trevor Lawrence bandwagon.
Well, I've never been on it either, but I thought he will always be good enough.
I thought he would. When he got drafted, I had this much hope, and then it fell apart. It fell apart quickly. I think he's gonna be better than Justin Fields.
Yeah.
And I think he's gonna be better than Tua Tagovailoa. So that's 4. I think.
Wait. How low do you have Tua?
I have Tua as a bottom 5 quarterback in the AFC. I've yet to see anything that would counter that. Because when you think about it this way, right? At least Anthony Richardson has his legs to make up for his piss poor quarterback play.
Sure, but Tua has his accuracy.
Let me pull this up real quick. Where are the teams? God, I hate the preseason depth charts. They're so hard to find people in.
Yeah, that's true.
Tagovailoa. All right, let's take a look at last season.
I think he's never had a season under 69% completion percentage.
Yeah. So, 7 yards per attempt. Not great. Especially when you have guys like Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle running routes for you. Not great. 260 yards per game. Not great. for the same exact reason.
Yeah.
Completion percentage, obviously, 73%, good. Under 3,000 yards. Once again,
Well, Tua
bad.
did miss time last year, didn't he?
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I mean, he played 11 games. In those 11 games, he had 4 games above 300. So it's safe to assume that he wouldn't have gone over 300 yards per game on the year.
Okay.
If he played those extra games, that's fair. And that means he's not going to touch 4,000 yards passing. And I guess my biggest problem is, right, you look at a lot of these games. In 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In 6 of these games, his longest throw was under 30 yards. His longest completion.
Wait, his longest
30
completion was how much? How much?
Well, so in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different games, at least. Yeah, 6 games. His longest completion was under 30 yards. With 2 of the fastest, highest separation creating wide receivers in football.
Jalen Waddle doesn't create that much separation, but he is fast.
Well, I mean, okay, I mean, Jalen Waddle, it's more downfield separation, right? Obviously, especially zone coverage separation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
With how quick he is.
Mm-hmm.
And he ended the year horribly. His last 2 games of the year against Houston, 1 touchdown, 3 picks, 196 yards, and then against San Francisco, 1 touchdown, 215 yards, no interceptions, but a much worse completion percentage than you look for out of him. I think we're almost sub 60 there.
And I won't defend Tua too much, but Houston does have one of the best defenses in football. I won't defend him too much, but
don't throw 3 picks in a covered stadium.
I mean, Jared Goff threw 5 against that same defense.
In the South, Jared Goff, don't get me started. Don't. If we're talking good quarterbacks, don't bring Jared Goff in the conversation. But anyways,
He's good.
I was searching for 2 more here, right? Joe Flacco is going to be worse than Anthony Richardson, and then I really want to say Aaron Rodgers is going to play worse than Anthony Richardson this coming season. And I know, traitor, hang me at the stake. I know. But I don't see it. I don't see it. I mean, I'd love if Aaron Rodgers was great this year. I'd love if he was, a top 10 quarterback in the league at the ripe age of 51 years old. But I don't see it. Yeah, do you have something to say there?
I'm gonna forget you said that by Aaron Rodgers.
Okay.
I'm just gonna forget it.
Well, again, you just gotta look at the numbers. I mean, last year he regressed. I mean, obviously he wasn't as bad as Amelia was saying.
I get it, but
a low yards per attempt, low yards per game, a QB rating of 90, which is, I mean, Aaron Rodgers' legacy is carried on QB rating, right? He threw 11 picks. Just not what you look for.
Yeah, but
And
also,
especially, but it's also an offense audibling out of a Justin Fields era or a Russell Wilson era where they had a mobile quarterback, a semi-mobile quarterback that could run read options, that could get the football out of the pocket. Mm-hmm. If Aaron Rodgers leaves the pocket this year, he is going to crumble to dust.
Yeah, that's true. His legs are shot.
So they have to reinvent their offense. They have to figure out their receiver situation. They have to figure out their offensive line situation, all while figuring out a brand new quarterback and having Najee Harris as your running back.
Najee Harris isn't there anymore. He's with the Chargers.
Who is there? Who is there then? All while having Jalen Warren as your running back.
He was better than Najee last year.
He had 511 yards and 1 touchdown.
And he was still better.
He had 511 yards and 1 touchdown.
He was better.
You want me to say it again, CaBreon?
Yes, say it again.
He had 120 attempts for 511 yards and 1 touchdown.
What was his yards per attempt?
In the regular season, we are looking at, not bad. 4.26 yards per attempt. Okay.
4 yards on first down gets you good results.
Okay. So he had 4.5 yards per attempt, and he had 34 yards per game.
He didn't get much touches.
There's obviously a reason for that. And if Najee Harris is the guy in front of you, yikes. Not a good receiving back. 47 targets, only 38 receptions. Not good.
I know.
Not good. I think the Steelers, this is going to be the year where the curse is broken, right? They plummet to 5-12, and then in 2 years they're a Super Bowl contender again. That's my prediction. They need to break this curse. They need to break
the quarterback.
Drew Aller.
Hell no.
I am a big believer in him. So let's pump the hake brakes.
I am not.
He was one really, really, really stupid throw away from having a career-defining legacy game against Notre Dame. That one throw was really, really bad. But he played well the rest of the game.
But what did you see out the other? Well, how many regular season games he played? 14.
If he steps up when it matters, and it really didn't seem like they had an offensive identity figured out until the postseason because they wanted their tight end throwing touchdowns instead of their quarterback.
No. You have the whole Josh Allen archetype. This entire archetype has shifted the way we talk about quarterback prospects. You need to be special at 6'5", 235. I believe that's his build.
He's 6'5", 235.
He's tall as hell. He's about 6'4", 6'5".
Let's get a peek here. Six 5, 235.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But okay. He played well against Kent State. It's got to be worth something.
Kent State?
He played well against Boise State. He played well against Purdue. He played well against West Virginia.
This man said West Virginia.
I think Drew Aller is going to be good. I think Drew Aller is going to be good. Hate on me if you want.
I need to see huge improvement this upcoming season in either.
And I think he's going to do it. Or dare I throw the Manning name into consideration? Because if the Steelers aren't bad enough to get a good quarterback this draft, they can circle back for a little Archie in the next one. Because apparently he's staying in college this year.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what Archie Manning said. I think Archie Manning said that he was going to stay another year.
Big Grandpa Manning.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. All I know is that I think this is a year the curse is broken and not in a good way. And I do think that Anthony Richardson will outplay Aaron Rodgers in the 2025-2026 NFL season.
You will never sell me on that.
Put that on a T-shirt.
Nope. That T-shirt won't sell.
It's a prediction. Anyways, but we can go over to the NFC. Just talk about Jared Goff real quick.
Yeah, let's go ahead and go ahead.
Jared Goff is a bottom. Who is yours? I think I know who this is. Jared Goff is a bottom 3 quarterback in the NFC.
You have lost your mind. Who are all the quarterbacks you have ahead of him?
Jalen Hurts, Dak Prescott, Jaden Daniels, Caleb Williams, Jordan Love, J.J. McCarthy.
He hasn't played a snap.
J.J. McCarthy, Baker Mayfield, Bryce Young, Michael Penix, Kyler Murray. I'm sorry, he's bottom 2. Kyler Murray, Matt Stafford, Brock Purdy. I think you take every single one of those quarterbacks that I just said, you put them on the Lions last year, and they win the Super Bowl.
Every
And I
single
think,
one of those quarterbacks.
and I think for 12 of those names, it is inarguable. The only name you can argue is J.J. McCarthy. Every single one, and Michael Penix. So it's 11 of those names. Michael Penix and J.J. McCarthy are the only two question marks in that statement. And if you really want to throw something in there, I could say I take Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston over Jared Goff. And we could put him as the worst quarterback in the NFC.
What?
You're telling me that if you put Jalen Hurts, Dak Prescott, Jaden Daniels on the Lions last year, they don't win the Super Bowl. We'll start there.
Okay. With Jaden Daniels, yes.
Jalen Hurts.
The Super Bowl. Jalen Hurts, yes.
Dak Prescott.
No.
Wrong. All right, we'll move
No.
on. Caleb Williams. That's a yes. That's a yes. It's a yes. He wasn't good, but he was good enough. This is a yes.
For agenda purposes, yes.
Jordan Love.
Yes.
J.J. McCarthy.
No.
J.J. McCarthy is a textbook game-managing quarterback.
We have not seen him playing a snap in pro football yet.
And we watched him play a snap in the national championship that he game managed beautifully. Have you ever seen a man hand off the ball?
Damn.
Have you ever seen a man hand off the ball as good as him? They've got Jahmyr Gibbs. They've got David Montgomery. He would be elite at just giving it to him and throwing slants.
What?
Yeah, he would. That's all he did at Michigan. That's all he'd have to do on the Lions.
That's not gonna work on Kansas City's defense. If all you do is run.
It worked against Kansas City in the regular season. Okay. We
Keep
move
going.
down. We skip the Saints because
There ain't no
that.
quarterback
Right.
situation.
Baker Mayfield,
Yeah.
Bryce Young.
I love
Don't you
Bryce,
dare
but
say
no. I love Bryce, but no.
What? What?
They'd go further in the postseason than the Lions, but they won't win it.
Okay, but better than Jared Goff. That's all I need.
I think he'd be better than Jared Goff.
Okay. We can move on from that. I don't need to argue that thing because that's all I need. Michael Penix Jr.
We got to see a little bit more.
How about Kirk Cousins?
No.
I'm going to give you Kirk, but I think Penix is correct. We can look in Seattle. I mean,
Sam Darnold? No. No. He couldn't win it with Minnesota.
Detroit was better than Minnesota.
But Minnesota arguably has the best situation for a quarterback. Arguably.
I'd say that
Best
Detroit
receiver, great wide receiver too, elite play caller, solid O-line.
and a
Detroit
Detroit
better because of running backs, sure.
with a hairline back to here.
Who?
Aaron Jones. I know you've seen it.
Nah, I've seen it. It's bad.
I think
I've seen it.
Sam Darnold would have done better.
I don't think so.
Okay,
A little bit worse.
Kyler Murray.
I love Kyler.
Is that a
Yes.
Okay. Matt Stafford. Shouldn't even be thought.
Yes, absolutely.
Brock Purdy.
No, he couldn't win with San Francisco. No. No. San Francisco situations was equally as good.
Not last year, was it?
I guess running backs, maybe. Receivers, yes. But the defense was worse with Detroit than with San Francisco.
The running backs were worse. Because McCaffrey was dead.
Oh, I mean, yes, McCaffrey, yes. But, like, when you have, like, a dual running back set, maybe you can get as much as production CMC will give you.
Okay. The receivers were worse in San Francisco.
Yes, absolutely.
The offensive line was worse in San Francisco.
Sure.
The tight end was worse in San Francisco. Don't give me that George Kittle bullshit. Sam Laporta was a better receiving tight end than George Kittle was last year.
Okay.
So what about Brock Purdy's situation? Was
I said the defense.
the deep
He would have to carry more.
Jared Goff didn't carry shit.
Exactly. And Brock ain't carry shit either.
But he gonna carry shit better than Jared Goff did. They beat the Eagles with Brock Purdy under center.
The Eagles.
The Lions beat the Eagles with Brock Purdy under center. And go to the Super Bowl.
Nah. I don't think so. And I actually liked what I saw from Brock Purdy last year, but no.
The Commanders beat the Eagles. Sail the joy. All right, so we have him at least bottom 5.
But that don't mean he's better.
Well, no, I'm saying like Jared Goff is at least bottom 5
No.
in the NFC. Well, you just agreed to 10 quarterbacks that would have done.
I
better
said
than him.
10 quarterbacks who as a quarterback, the only NFC quarterbacks I am taking over Goff is Stafford, Jaden Daniels, Jordan Love, Dak Prescott. That's it.
Jalen Hurts,
Oh, Jalen Hurts too.
Baker
Actually,
Mayfield.
put Jalen Hurts over Dak and who else did I say? Crap, I forgot. But
Jordan Love. Okay, what about Baker Mayfield?
Oh yeah, Baker. Yeah,
What about Brock Purdy?
Goff is better than Purdy.
What about Kyler Murray?
Kyler's better than Purdy, but Kyler's not better than Goff.
What about Caleb Williams?
Caleb is worse than Goff.
What about Russell Wilson?
Worse than Goff.
Really?
Soundly better too. I
I don't
would
see
say.
it that way. I don't see it that way. I don't. I do not.
I think you're taking some credit away from Goff.
I think I am taking the appropriate credit away from Goff, which happens to be all of the credit, because I mean, I have never seen a less deserving 4,600-yard, 37 touchdown passer in my life.
I think the stench from the playoff game against the Commanders still has you.
Well, the stench has stench. Let's don't, you don't have to worry about that. No, it's just the fact that, I mean, every game I watch Goff play, it's let's take a peek here. Longest completion on the season was 34 yards.
That's
on the season.
Play.
That counts as, but they have to play that way because Jared Goff can't get the damn ball downfield. And that's not even air yards, mind you. That's rack yards too. Longest completion counts for rack. So the longest play they picked up under shotgun on the year was 34 yards.
I hope you know Patrick Mahomes didn't have much 30-plus yard throws that much either.
Let's look at Patrick Mahomes' long for the season, just
because that's the way they play. It doesn't mean that he can't throw the ball deep.
If he doesn't, then he can. Patrick Mahomes' longest was 50. That's
okay.
16 extra yards.
Yes, that's 50, but how many of those throws over 30 that he had?
Okay. But it's not the amount, it's the fact that there was one. Because one shows you that he can, and he just doesn't. 0 says that he cannot. Because I'm with you. If he had, if he took the top off for 50, but he was averaging, like, that was an outlier throw. If he took the top off twice for, a 45 and 50 yard completion, then yeah, I'm with you. But the fact that the longest on the season is 34 yards, and by golly, if I had to put money on it, I'd put at least $20 on the fact that it was a screen pass.
No. It's probably
think
like an intermediate throw to Amon Ra, or maybe like a drag to Jamison Williams, and he took the top off.
Who knows? Well, guess what?
What's that?
Jared Goff.
Uh-huh.
Bottom 5 quarterback in the NFC. Arguably, I mean, you really want to get frisky with it, he could be a bottom 5 quarterback, or bottom 8 quarterback in the NFL.
Now we're saying shit.
Because I'd take Justin Fields over him.
Stop.
I'd take Cam Ward over him.
We got to see it.
I'd probably take Aaron Rodgers over him.
No.
I'd taken Drake May. I'm taking Josh. I'm probably taking 2 over him too. Oh no, I'm not. No.
Oh, no, you're not. No, you're not.
I'm not taking 2
No,
over
you're
him.
not.
But I'm taking Rodgers, Burrow, and
Of
Lamar
course,
over
Burrow
him.
and Lamar.
I'm taking Stroud. I'm not taking Lawrence over him.
Who?
I'm taking Stroud. I'm not taking Trevor Lawrence over.
I agree. I agree.
I'm okay. I'm taking Ward. I'm taking. Do I take? I'm taking the entirety of the AFC West over Jared Goff as well.
Mahomes
And
Herbert.
Yeah, Mahomes, Herbert,
Bo
Nix,
Nix.
and
Okay.
and Geno Smith. I'm also taking
Only
Anthony
Mahomes and
Richardson.
Herbert.
I'm taking Anthony Richardson over him as well.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
You put Anthony Richardson in the
Anthony
Lions offense
Richardson
last year. He
Anthony
might run
Richardson,
for 3,000 yards.
Anthony Richardson is the worst starting quarterback in football.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is. Confidently.
No.
All metrics say he's the worst starting quarterback in football. Not all time, but currently.
Well, yeah, but we can't get this advanced metric bullshit. All right. You got.
I used the eye test too. He was bad. Awful.
It depends on what you're
Terrible.
watching.
Shitty.
Right? If you look at a brolic 6'4", 244-pound man,
And he was
that
terrible
can
at the
throw
game
the
of
ball
football.
75 yards. But potential matters. He's young. He's developing. Jared Goff's not developing. He's regressing. You're taking him right now. I'm taking Anthony Richardson.
No, because Anthony Richardson's floor is this damn carpet I'm standing on.
If you put Jared Goff on the Colts last year, he throws for less yards than Anthony Richardson did.
No, he wouldn't.
Yes, he would.
First off, the offense gets simplified a little bit better, which gives Michael Pittman Jr. his rightful route tree.
No, yeah. That's my take. That's my take. You can put it on a T-shirt if you want. I'll wear
It's
it.
not going to sell.
I'll wear it.
You tripping with that.
Yeah. Yankees are beating the Astros right now, though. In sad news.
Oh, are they?
Yeah. Do we want to talk about the contract situations?
Oh, yes. Micah and Terry McLaurin both asked for a trade. Some turmoil in the NFC East making things a lot easier for the Eagles.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you think either of them gets traded?
Nope.
I don't think so either.
That's how it always goes around here.
Yeah.
That's how it always goes in the NFL. The trade requests never happen.
I think Micah Parsons has a better chance to get traded than Terry McLaurin.
I agree.
Simply off the fact that the Commanders need Terry McLaurin. They need a receiver, and there's no way a team is going to go receiver for receiver without dropping like the quality of receiver significantly.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Terry McLaurin has the better chance. Micah Parsons, though, I mean, Jerry's gonna be his little dickheaded ass and gonna require. Sorry, my apologies.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
They're gonna ask for some ridiculous package that's never gonna be paid.
Yeah, because Micah, he is probably the most valuable defensive asset in football right now.
Okay, I'm not gonna agree with that, but
Who would be over him?
well, the really strong Caucasian in Pittsburgh and the really strong non-Caucasian in Cleveland.
Over TJ?
I'm taking TJ and Myles Garrett over Micah
Not as an asset, not as a trade asset.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
No.
I am. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. I'm also taking Trey Hendrickson over Micah Parsons.
No.
It's a trade asset.
No.
Yes. Yes.
Age matters here.
Age does matter, but none of the four guys that we've mentioned have shown any sign of regression. And you have to think, at least for half the teams in the NFL that wouldn't be able to then re-sign Micah Parsons onto that second contract, because most teams don't have the money for that, right? Unless they're going to sacrifice somewhere else.
Mm-hmm. But also, Trey Hendrickson is also looking for a deal.
Well, yeah, but I'm going to say, like, they'd both be one contract wonders. Where, like, no matter what, they're either playing out the rest of their contract, or Micah Parsons, Trey Hendrickson are going to sign probably a 2 to 3 year deal and then move on after that deal's over. So you don't need to worry about age with any of these guys in terms of trade assets for at least half the league, if not more.
I don't think so. I think if you put all four of them on the trade market, Micah is gonna have the bigger package.
I don't think so. Because I see it this way, right? If Minnesota trades for Micah Parsons and then signs an extension, say 3 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
There is no chance in hell that Micah Parsons is playing for the Minnesota Vikings in 2030.
Well, if J.J. McCarthy is what you think he is, maybe he is.
Well, I'm saying the Vikings aren't going to have the money for it because they're going to have to get rid of somebody. It's either going to be Jay Jettis, it's going to be their potential franchise quarterback in J.J. McCarthy, or it's going to be Micah Parsons. And if you have the chance to get rid of a quarterback, the best receiver in football, or an edge rusher, there goes the edge rusher. And that's what a lot of teams would do. That's what almost every team would do.
Which I don't understand for the life of me.
Well, because it's fan favorites, right? You can't get rid of your quarterback. You got to pay the quarterback.
Yeah, I get that, but I still think the edge rusher is more valuable than the wide receiver.
Would you rather have on your team tomorrow J.J. McCarthy throwing the ball to Jay Jettis and just their regular defensive line, or J.J. McCarthy throwing the ball to, let's take a look here,
Jordan Addison?
No, because he's suspended. He'd be throwing the ball to Jalen Naylor as their wide receiver one.
Their actual wide receiver one is Jordan Addison.
With Lucky Jackson as their wide receiver two.
T.J. Hockenson is their tight end.
No, he's not.
He's not? Wait, did he leave?
Not anymore. I do believe so.
He left? Wait a minute.
No, he's on the Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Cause I did not recall that.
Yeah. They left him off their depth chart though.
Interesting. Is it?
Oh wait,
that's the SBS depth chart.
Well, no. There might just be a glitch here, but
is it the unofficial depth chart of the preseason game?
Oh, that could be it. Yeah. Yeah, and he's just not listed on there. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Okay.
Well, here on NFL Network, it has T.J. Hockenson on here, which is strange.
T.J. Hockenson. Yeah, because right now on CBS it has him on the team, but not on the depth chart.
Oh, weird.
No injury listed. Interesting.
Weird.
Who knows? But yeah, but yeah, I don't think either of them get traded. I think Trey Hendrickson has the best chance to get traded out of all of them, simply because the Bengals are desperate for anything to turn that defense around. And if it's get rid of one great guy to get three good guys, that could be the move. Yeah, but I don't really. I think it's just going to be the same BS every single year. I want money. I don't want to give you money. Give me money. No, I'm going to leave. Leave. I don't want to leave. Here's money. Done.
Yeah.
I mean, it's.
I mean that's
special.
Yeah, I mean that's literally what happened with Myles Garrett. He complained because he said he wanted to win, and he requested a trade, but then the Browns says, "I got some money for you."
Yeah,
and he took it.
That pissed me off. You spent literally 4 months saying, I want to win. Oh, I want to win. Win,
Uh-huh.
win. I want to go. I want to win. I want to go where I win. And money, done. Like, that was such a sellout moment. That was unbelievable. Literally, 4-month media tour on how much he wants to win. The moment that pen hits the table, done.
And everybody's got a price.
Yeah, and
Especially
my
in the
price,
world of
to be fair, would
sports.
be much lower. My price would be much lower than that price, to be fair. But I'm not insulting him. By the way, it just pissed me off because I was really excited to see, like, oh my god, where is he going to go? I knew the Packers weren't going to get him because we didn't have a chance. But it's like, oh, this would be really cool, shake up the NFL world. And he goes right back to the Browns. And it's also another thing that sucks. You look at these names, right?
Mm-hmm.
Trey Hendrickson, non-playoff team. Micah Parsons, non-playoff team. Myles Garrett, non-playoff team. TJ Watt, you can call him a playoff team, but in reality,
It's a playoff team that
Steelers were
doesn't
never
do much.
Yeah, they're not a contender, right? So all these huge edge rushing elite
Max
defensive
Crosby,
names,
not a playoff team.
Max
not a
Crosby,
playoff-
just completely out. Like, we don't get to see them ever play in the playoffs, and it really sucks.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And I think part of that is because when the check hits the table, they sign every time.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, which I don't know. It kind of ruins the playoff vibes because I want to see TJ Watt, bully an offensive lineman and murder Patrick Mahomes in the AFC Championship game. That'd
Right.
be cool, but it's not going to happen with the Steelers, right?
Right,
I
like
want to see.
I do want to kind of see a Von Miller 2015 type thing happen.
Yup.
Even though that entire defense in 2015, I don't know if it's a hot take or not, but I think that's the best defense in NFL history.
Okay, I'm still going to take the Legion of Boom. I'm still going to take the Steel Curtain. I'm still going to take the Bad News Bears. That might be it, but.
In my opinion, I would take Denver because I believe their defense is better overall because the Seahawks had a very good front seven, elite secondary. The Steelers, the Steel Curtain in the 2015 Broncos are the best well-rounded defenses because they
I just think in terms of defending the offense that you're facing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is what you're supposed to do. Obviously, if you took the '85 Bears and put them against any modern offense, they would struggle a little bit.
Yeah, I agree.
Because they don't have the pass or they don't have the pass defense for it.
But I'm talking about like in terms of where they ranked among the league at that time.
Yeah.
Not exactly if they were go against another defense or not.
Yeah. I'm still going to take the Steel Curtain and '85 Bears, and then the Legion of Boom, and then the 2015 Broncos, in that order. Yeah, in that order. Maybe the '85 Bears first, but I just can't do that
Absolutely. We can't have Deneen and Coach J hear you say that. So.
Yeah. Speaking of Deneen, I saw him in TikTok comments making fun of somebody, and I forget what it was about.
Yeah. He was in the comments about like there was something about Caleb Williams. It was an old clip, and they said,
Yes, I remember that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That was on Instagram. Yeah, that was a fun read.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, like Micah, he's going to be signed. He loves the Cowboys and he believes in that Cowboy brand shit too. So he will be signed. I think Terry will eventually. I think him and Trey Hendrickson has the better shots of being traded, but I think Washington does know how important he is to that Washington offense, and he will eventually get signed. But I also do get Washington's hesitation to sign him, considering he's 31 years old.
Well, he's asking for Justin Jefferson money.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Why? Like, you're great. Don't get me wrong. I love Terry McLaurin. All right? He is an elite wide receiver, but he is 31. Operates a lot on athleticism. And has a rookie quarterback with they're the oldest team in football. but with a young core that they can build through. That it's not like they just have one or two. They have a young enough core that they can build through their age. They're not just gonna have to rebuild once their veterans retire out. So I mean, there's no reason to waste $35 million a year on Terry, and that's not waste. I shouldn't say waste because he has a really
Not
good
waste, but like he'll
Don't
be
spend
worth the 21 million, but not with the extra 9 million you could have gave to another position group.
I'd throw him 3 years, $65 million.
That'll be about
That's 21 and a half a year.
21 and a half a year.
21.6 a year. Yeah.
Where would that? Let me see where that rank among all receivers. 21 and a half. Wide receivers salaries.
Justin Jefferson's contract is
at 35 million.
So that's 35.
Well, he makes 35 million a year. Jamar Chase is the highest paid with 40.2 million a year.
So yeah.
So you saying what? 25 million?
It'd be 21.6. So 21 million.
Well, actually, McLaurin will actually make less than he already does. He's making 22.8 million.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I can't throw $100 million at Terry McLaurin.
I mean, here's the thing about it. DJ Moore is making 27.5 million.
Ooh. Well.
So
you got to pay him 28.
You got to pay him 28, and then there's Jalen Waddle. There's Jalen Waddle at 28.2, T Higgins at 28.7, then Tyreek Hill and Brandon Ayuk at 30 million.
All right.
Amon-Ra St. Brown. Yeah, Amon-Ra St. Brown too at 30 million. Then AJ Brown at 32 million, Garrett Wilson at 32.5 million, DK Metcalf at 33 million.
29. He's gonna get 29.
Which that'll be right above T Higgins, and right behind Ayuk and Tyreek at 30 million.
Yeah.
So I would give him that 29 million, but I don't know if Terry would want that.
Well, no, I wouldn't be surprised if they offered him 29, and he said no. Look at that whole post I just sent you.
Yep, let me look at it.
Look at that whole post. I mean, it is. I've only gotten through the first 3, but they are absolute bangers.
Oh, and looking through, Chase Ross has grown an inch.
Like an appropriate inch or an actual inch?
An actual inch.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Just the first 3. Really, I mean, the first 3. And then you can look at a great throw from Jackson Dart on slide 9. But other than that,
Shedeur Sanders will have his jersey retired.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty funny.
Tom Brady is officially the second quarterback from Super Bowl 52 to get a statue. Oh, Nick Foles.
And then you can also slide and then go to slide 9 and slide 14. Those are the 2 big ones.
Slide 9.
Slide 13 doesn't hurt too. It's just not as important as slide 14. To my agendas at least.
So what's with slide 9?
Did I say the wrong one? It was slide 9.
Jackson Dart.
Jackson Dart throw. That's just like what's happening right now because that game's going on. It's in the third quarter right now.
Oh.
Jackson Dart's went. I mean, he's out of the game right now. Russell Wilson came in. Jameis Winston's been in, but Jackson Dart, 12 for 19, 159 yards and a touchdown, no sacks. Averaged 8 yards of completion. So he looked great today by the box score. And then you look at slide 13 and 14.
I seen 13. Yikes.
Yeah.
Tremaine Edmonds also can't catch an interception.
This is also true.
And you said 14?
14, right after.
Oh, yeah. I saw this clip with Aaron. Yeah. That's why I said his legs were shot.
Yeah, I mean, he looks like my grandma trying to get like something from the pantry in the middle of dinner. Stepping around the dog.
And then on Madden 15, Aaron Rodgers runs a 80-yard touchdown run with a hurdle on the new Madden.
On the new one?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't even go to the next. Oh my god. Oh my god. Aaron, get up. I didn't even see that.
If Aaron attempts a hurdle, his knees will turn into barbecue chicken.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%.
Yeah, that's crazy. But is there any other preseason things we want to touch on?
Let's just take a peek at the teams here, see if anything pops into the head. Golden looks great. Keyshawn Nixon looks horrible.
Yeah.
But water's wet. We could have seen that coming. The the Lions suck. They lost to the Chargers 34-7. Bunch of bums.
They ain't even play their starters though.
I don't care. They're still That's all I got. I don't really have much in NFL. I don't really follow closely until the second week of training camp or until the second week of preseason. That's not really kick up my storyline following because it's just too much in the off season to keep track of contracts.
That's fair.
And all that. I'm a big headline watcher, like in the main off season when we're just deep into the nothingness. When the NBA is still going on, I'll headline watch, but I'm not reading an article about where Shedeur Sanders ate his first meal in Cleveland.
True. The first 2 weeks of August is like the worst time in sports because it's really not sports really, but I would say football and basketball.
Well, no, sports are fair because you're in the dog days of baseball, right?
Oh yeah.
Like if the Brewers were bad right now, baseball would suck.
Oh, true.
What I mean? If they were average right now, baseball would kind of suck because right now they're only fun because every time you turn on the television, they are winning a baseball game. It's great. Speaking of, the Yankees just blew their 2-1 lead against the Astros, and the Mets just changed their starter for today.
Oh,
they're going with Reed Garrett. They're going with Reed Garrett as an opener, and then Frankie Montas. That was the expectation.
Okay.
But Frankie Montas had been listed until.
And who's starting for us today? Is it?
We have Tobias Myers, fresh out of AAA. Not great for us this year, but he was fantastic last year. So hopefully he figures it out. Really, the only big bad was in Minnesota: 11 hits, 4 earned runs, and only 4 strikeouts. Not good. But other than that, he's been a serviceable starter. He also had a bad outing against the White Sox, so not good there either. But if he pitches well, which we know he can, should come out tonight with the win. But anyway, back to the NFL.
Yeah.
Yeah, just I mean, it's the worst time of sports because there's no basketball. There is no good football. Obviously, we're excited for this week of preseason games because it's football. But next week of preseason, no one's going to give a shit because it's bad football, and we will realize that this week as we watch. College football hasn't started yet. If you go European with it, the Premier League and La Liga start next week. So that hasn't started yet. Their preseason stuff, which always comes with the most bogus and BS rumors, just getting thrown around for no reason. That is going on at the moment. So just really, there's nothing. I mean, you have bad baseball, and I say, what's going on? I don't know. We have bad baseball because everybody's hurt, everybody's resting. This is the worst baseball of the year, and this is bad sports at the moment. But it's going to get better. 2 weeks, and then everything's better. Soccer starts, football starts, baseball September starts. I mean, we are 2.5 weeks away from everything looking up in new luck.
Yeah, because all we have is baseball, we have WNBA, we have the beginning of the NFL preseason, but like you said, in 2 weeks everything is gonna pick right back up. So,
yeah.
Yep. And now we're gonna move on to the NBA, and we're gonna talk about the off-season moves, as it's pretty much in terms of free agency and maybe trading. We are probably done, and we wanted to discuss the biggest winners and the biggest losers. And we're going to start off with the losers. And we're going to start with you, Ben. And I hope that the number one loser that I have is on your list.
All right, so I mean, if I'm looking at biggest losers from the offseason, um, um, I did not have a list ready here, so I'm gonna have to dome this. I'd say the biggest losers would be among the Pacers, because they just kind of are just sacrificing next year because Tyrese Halliburton is hurt. I
Yep.
think the dare I say the Spurs are a loser in this offseason. Because I mean, obviously, like they didn't make any trades, they didn't have to, but I would have liked to see them just go and get one more guy. I know we
Okay.
talked about because right now I see them as a top end playing team, maybe that's 6 seed. I mean, you have a guy that's supposed to be the best player in the world in these next few years. I'd like to start taking steps like you want to be the team that has the best player in the world. Um, I don't I don't see the Bucks as losers this offseason. I know the rest of the world does. I think they actually did a fantastic job in the offseason
I agree.
with what they did. I think the Celtics are losers. Um, just again, it seems like they're not attacking the offseason like they need to compete without Tatum. The Knicks are winners simply on the fact that everybody else has
Gotten
died
worse.
and they have not. So they
The
are
Knicks are
winners.
winners. The Magic are
Pistons, same
winners.
way. Yep. I mean, you're looking at. I mean, we could see a whole shakeup in the conference, but I mean, if you held your ground this off season, you're kind of a winner in the Eastern Conference. The Western Conference, the Lakers, losers. They've done nothing.
I would say so. Yeah.
Thunder, doesn't matter. Rockets, got KD.
Big
So
winners.
I guess that makes them winners. But other than that, not a whole lot of really exemplary moves. They just went and got their guy. But I'd consider them winners, yeah. Nuggets are losers. I don't understand the Cam Johnson trade. You traded
Really?
a dysfunctional program player for a dysfunctional non-program player. Like, what can Cam Johnson do different or better than MPJ? CaBreon's gone again.
I think he's a better system player, but wait a minute.
So little technical issues there.
Yep.
Sorry,
Our
folks. But,
apologies.
I think that the Nuggets are losers simply because of Cam Johnson, Mike Porter Jr. trade. I don't get it. Cam Johnson is just a shorter Michael Porter Jr. They do everything the exact same. And I mean, unless Cam Johnson really like abandons his play style that he's developed, because obviously on the Suns, right, whole different player. When he was the 8th man in the rotation, and his only real thing that he did for them was put his nuts in PJ Tucker's face and throw a highlight on House Highlights. But I don't, in my opinion, is because he's taken such a step up since then, money wise, respect wise, player wise. Is he going to take that step back down to fit in with the Nuggets, or is he going to want to be an MPJ where when I touch the ball, we're catch, cross, shoot? Or just catch, shoot? I don't know.
I think Cam Johnson will understand his role now that he has a playmaker alongside him. So I think the shots that he wasn't really getting in Brooklyn, he will get in Denver, and I think he can settle into that role.
Okay. I don't see that. I mean, if I'm Cam Johnson, I'm also a little angry, right, that you traded me away because he's been playing well. He's been playing a fun brand of losing basketball, right? But you traded me away. You put me in a place where I can no longer play my brand of basketball, and not even a guaranteed winning environment with the Nuggets, because they've, I don't say struggled, but they have looked a lot less Nugget-esque since that championship run. So I don't know. I don't agree with the trade. Because also, you know, you're losing height, you're losing defense, you're losing rebounding. All three. Because Cam Johnson does not play defense anymore.
Michael Porter Jr. plays that good of defense?
I think the only difference is if there's a switch, Mike Porter Jr. can guard a 4. Cam Johnson cannot.
Fair.
So I don't know. I don't see it as, because I'm assuming they're both going to play the same position.
Yeah.
I don't think that. I mean, maybe Cam Johnson becomes the point guard if Murray comes out, but it doesn't really matter that much because the ball's going to Jokic as soon as the possession hits half court anyways. So, or even Jokic bring the ball up the floor sometimes to run those top of the key post sets. I don't know. I didn't see the reason for it. I think they gave up. Like, they just didn't need to do it. It just seemed unnecessary. It's like they're trading him to trade him, right? Like, we want to get rid of him because the fans don't love him, so we're just going to send him off, get a guy back that doesn't really improve us, and we're just doing it to do it. And I think the Nuggets were a team that needed improvement.
I kind of don't see it that way, but at the same time, Denver did improve outside of Cam Johnson, though.
Yeah. I mean, so if we're looking at their starting, we'll call it a starting 9, right? We're looking at Russell Westbrook, Jamal Murray.
I think Russ is a free agent right now.
He's expected to re-sign, though, isn't he?
They're not saying it.
I thought I read that.
Let me check here.
Yeah, I mean, he's still in free agency, but I thought that, like, if he wasn't offered a deal, he was expected to re-sign with the Nuggets.
Maybe, but that's if Russ wants it's most likely going to be a vet minimum contract.
Okay, I guess. All right, so we'll count him out for now. But okay, we'll go Christian Brown. We'll go Aaron Gordon.
Yep.
We'll go. We're just going the positives now. Cam Johnson, Nikola Jokic, Jamal Murray. Those are 5. All right, so we need 4 more ish, and that's going to be between Jonas Valanciunas, Tim Hardaway Jr., Bruce Brown, and who? DeAndre Jordan and
No, DeAndre Jordan's not there.
Peyton Watson, maybe.
Jordan's not there.
Yeah, I know. I'm just, but again,
Did you say Julian Strother already?
No, I didn't. I missed him. Yeah, Julian Strother. Okay, so Julian Strother then. So that's your 9. That's not a great 9.
That's good. That's good enough for Jokic.
Is it?
That's what Jokic wants.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't see the Nuggets as contenders next year as of right now.
I think Denver will be fine.
Okay. Anyways, we kind of got stuck there. We'll go through those Clippers. As much as the fact that they're just this massive retirement home now, I still have them winning the offseason.
Winning it?
I don't see them as losing it. They could be at like a nice little middle ground.
Well, they are winners, but I wouldn't say they're the biggest.
Yeah, they didn't. Yeah, they're on the positive side. They didn't win the offseason. They're on the positive side. Timberwolves, I have no idea. I don't think I've heard anything out of Minnesota since.
Yeah, all I've really heard is that they lost Nikhil Alexander Walker.
Yeah, which is going to hurt a little bit, but
let me see.
His offense is replicable. His defense really isn't, but that'll be fine. What do the Warriors do?
Nothing. That's the biggest loser of the free agency of all offseason. Yeah, they did nothing.
This is bad. This is really bad.
Did you see their transaction their lob? It spans all the way to April. And it ends there at April.
Oof. Yeah, this is not good.
It's terrible. They will be in the play-in again next year. If they're lucky.
They don't really...
They haven't even solved the Kuminga situation yet.
Well, and they didn't re-sign Looney either. Or somebody took Looney. Who took Looney?
Ben, you there?
CaBreon, I've lost you again. Unfortunately.
Okay, another technical difficulty there. Our apologies. We were picking up about the Warriors with the Kuminga situation.
I mean, yeah, it's just... well, one, they wanted to get rid of him. Nobody wanted him, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now what? I mean, do you bring a guy back that you didn't want but no one else wants, and then you try to mentally repair him and, like, convince him that he's good enough to play? Because he's going to have to play because Looney's gone, right? And Moses Moody is past his prime. Gary Payton past his really even like his playing option.
Yeah.
I mean, Trace Jackson Davis is your best big option,
and he's one of the worst finishers in basketball.
Yeah, and they have on their roster currently that I'm looking at. They have 3 power forwards / centers total.
Yikes.
I'm sorry, 4. Quentin Post snuck in.
Oh.
So, Quentin Post, Jonathan Kuminga, Trace Jackson Davis, and Draymond Green.
So it sounded like Draymond's going to have to start playing a lot more center like he was last year.
Yeah, but he's 35.
Then Butler ain't getting no older. Younger, I meant.
You're not getting younger. I mean, Butler's 35. Curry's 37. Keeld's 32.
This team is old.
Pat Spencer, 29. What are the chances he contributes something this year? Former lacrosse player, Pat Spencer.
It looks rough.
This is bad.
And I'm looking at Minnesota.
Gary Payton's not as old as I thought. He's only 32.
Yeah, I'm also looking at Minnesota. They didn't change nothing either. All they did was re-sign Naz Reid.
Yeah, I haven't heard shit.
It sounded like they're depending on the development of Terrence Shannon Jr. and Rob Dillingham.
One of those.
One of them is gonna go well. I don't know about the other one.
Yeah, Rob Dillingham still sucks. And he sucked in the NBA minutes he played, and he didn't get any better throughout the entire year whenever he did play. Do you know who did improve, though?
What was that?
Mr. No Means No, Terrence Shannon Jr. which I know I probably shouldn't say that because
he
he's
got
proven innocent, but I still don't love him because of the Illinois thing, and Wisconsin fans chanting "No means no" at him at the Big Ten championship game is a top 5 sports moment for me in my lifetime. So I still can't love the kid. I think he's a fantastic basketball player, but still can't love the kid. Anyways, Grizzlies.
They could be in the play-in. Maybe.
I mean, playing most likely. But again, did they get better?
I don't think so. I think they got worse.
Kings, no. Mavericks.
Well,
all right. I've never been more irritated at a team other than the Dallas Mavericks. I mean, they're going to be a playoff team next year, and it's just so dumb.
They should not be in this position whatsoever. That's the thing. They should not be in this position whatsoever.
Oh, you ready? You ready for the hot take right here?
Oh boy, here we go.
Devin Booker. Devin Booker does not finish next season in Phoenix. That is a take.
After he just signed an extension?
I think Phoenix is going to be a bottom 3 team in the West.
I agree.
Year. Potentially bottom 2, depending on how New Orleans figures their BS out. Because they didn't really get a whole lot better, but they also, I mean, they could be a lot better if their guys all play and they play to their ability. The Jazz are still going to be at the bottom.
It's the Jazz.
Ace Bailey. He's not going to make a difference. All right. It is what it is. I don't know. Though Walter Clayton Jr. and Kyle Filipowski have a chance to take that step forward.
Yeah.
Or be really good trade assets. I'm curious how it goes because they have a lot of young.
Yeah.
All right. The Jazz have Ace Bailey, Walter Clayton Jr., Isaiah Collier, Kai Filipowski, Keontae George, Taylor Hendricks. I'm listing all. Bryce Sennisbaugh, who's
Cody Williams, even though he's not good.
Yeah, I was just thinking of guys. Yeah, Cody Williams. They're all under 20 or 21. And then John Tonji, a rookie, he's 24, but still. Even Oscar Sheboy. I mean, they have...
That entire team is young.
If you took the Jazz team and put them all in college, they have a chance to win the Natty.
They probably win the Natty.
Because, I mean, Oscar Sheboy, John Tonji, Micah Potter. Good stretch for a Natty-type team. Filipowski, Clayton Jr., Ace Bailey. I mean, even Kyle Anderson in college, really good. Taylor Hendricks in college, really good. So, Keontae George in college, really, really good. I mean, I don't know. They do have Kevin Love on their team for absolutely no reason.
Kevin Love is with Utah. I think he was part of that three-way trade. I forgot what it was.
Cavs, Jazz, and
the Heat,
Bulls?
I think.
Heat, maybe? Yeah, it was
the
Heat. Yeah, something like that. But I mean, he's their only player over 30. They have 30-year-old Yusuf Nurkic, who I thought was like 35. He's 30.
Nurkic was always young.
Other than that, I mean, you're not even like under 30. You're like under 25 other than Lauri Markkanen. And Micah Potter, but we don't have to worry about it.
And also at the same time, even though they're not saying that they're going to do it, but you do have to lay out your trade market with Lauri.
Yeah, because he's not improved at all. And I read a nice little thing. The guys I was reading this on Instagram, and there's a whole article about it that it linked to, and then obviously comment section, which is the best part on Instagram. Guys like Lauri Markkanen really don't help your franchise because they're not good enough to get you there, but they're good enough that you have to pay them like they could get you there. You see that logic? And you look at a bunch of guys like that. If you look at, who else was it? Ja Morant. You look at a guy like Ja Morant. You look at a guy like Domantas Sabonis. Yeah. Or you look in the East. I mean, depending on how Paolo turns out, or a guy like Trae Young, or Scotty Barnes, where they're good enough to you know, they're
They're
good.
very
They're really
good,
good,
but
but they're
like,
not good enough.
yeah,
And if you have to pay them like they are good enough, then you
won't be good enough.
And that's just an interesting thing to look at going forward, how the NBA deals with players like that. Because if you look at the last few champions, none of them were the Dirk Nowitzki type teams, where Dirk was really, really good, but not good enough. And then all of a sudden, that one year, just the Magic.
Yeah.
There hasn't been Magic recently. It's been the Curry Warriors, the Giannis Bucks, the Jokic Nuggets, the Shea Thunder. Like, it's the Tatum/Brown Celtics. It's been high star power, not medium
High star power with great teams around them.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So it's interesting how we're going to look at that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have a ton about the NBA. It is a very boring part of the NBA season. Also, Shams.
Oh,
I'm going to speak directly to you here. And I'm sorry if this gets the Wise Media Network in trouble. Shams, shut the fuck up. I mean, he has said 3 separate times to 3 separate people, not even in interviews, like literally just random stuff, like with Speed and in Greece, when he's just saying stuff that he's going to stay in Milwaukee. Mm-hmm. And then the next day, always, every time, the next day. It's never like just out of nowhere. It's always Shams the next day. Just post this counter-narrative bullshit tweet about the future in Milwaukee is not decided. Like, it's a fucking mystery novel. Shut up. You are not an analyst. You are not a celebrity. You are a newsman. Break the news that you're not a weatherman. You're not just guessing BS and hoping you're right. You're reporting what's happening. Shut up, for the love of God, bring back Woj. I just, oh my God. And it's every time Giannis says something positive about the city of Milwaukee, an hour later, there is a well-written 200-word Shams tweet. Bam! Mm-hmm. The future in Milwaukee is uncertain. The Bucks have not decided what to do, and Giannis will not stay if the Bucks cannot contend. Shut up! We're tired of you. Woj, if you hear this, which probably won't, no disrespect, CaBreon, please come out of retirement. For the love of Christ.
Well, he hasn't retired. It's just like he got a GM offer at Saint.
Well, yeah, I mean, like come out of like come back to your old job, right? We need you. Because this is ridiculous. Yeah. It's bad, it's ridiculous, and I am done with Shams spewing his bullshit. And he's guessed wrong on a couple trades as well. Early in the offseason, he was wrong. You're not allowed to be wrong. Again, this isn't the fucking.
You're the top insider in basketball. You can't get this wrong.
Well, your whole job is to report what's going on. Not what you hope is going on, not what you think is going on, but what is actually going on. Yep. So if you want some whimsical guesswork, put it on a blog and put it on a fucking Google Doc. Keep it off NBA Twitter with your verified account that people actually listen to. Please, Shams. Please.
And also, I'm going to say this too. Woj wasn't doing this when he was with The Athletic. Since he signed that deal with ESPN.
Mm-hmm. When you have to make a headline.
You have to make a headline. So, yes, Shams is at fault. But we need to recognize who's really at fault here.
You shouldn't have to make a headline. The headline should make itself. If you have to work to make something a headline, you don't need to report on it. And this goes perfectly into our last
segment.
Absolutely.
Yep. Let's transition right into it.
We're just gonna hop into it. Sports media is falling apart. Shams is a perfect number one. ESPN just dropped everyone. FS1 just dropped everything. I'm sorry, other way around. ESPN dropped everything. FS1 dropped everyone. Podcast creators are on the rise, and networks like ESPN are starting to fall through the cracks because, I mean, they picked up Pat McAfee's show like this, and that's a huge pull for them because Pat McAfee would have passed them if they didn't accept that deal, and that's almost a guarantee. But guys like Ryan Clark, guys like Cam Newton, who are attacking the football field, they're going to keep rising, and I don't see an ESPN deal in their future.
What Cam was with First Take every Friday, But I don't.
But
But I don't know if he's going to be
I
there
don't see
next
him
season
giving
again.
up his whole. Well, I don't see him giving up his whole weekly thing either to sign a deal with
Oh
like
no,
regular schedule
no, he's
program.
definitely not. No.
I don't see Cam
Yeah,
Newton
yeah,
ever
yeah.
doing that.
Cam
So
loves where he's at. He's not doing it.
yeah, and I don't know. I am so fed up. Um, it's just bad.
Yeah.
It's just really bad. I mean, it's just I don't
Yeah.
know. Because I love the Pat McAfee show. Don't get me wrong. I think the Pat McAfee show is super well done. I think it's well executed. I think they get a little non-sports every now and then, but that also drives a different brand of entertainment where they bring a WWE kind of or WWE style entertainment into the less entertainment fueled sports scenes. If that makes sense. However, Pat McAfee has its problems where they talk about things they have no idea about. They hosted the home run derby, and they were calling guys by their own names or by the wrong names on the field. That can't happen. All right. ESPN is having problems as well as FS1 where AI workers with profiles are being found writing articles and posting articles on the company's website. Can't happen. If you're going to do it, just don't get caught. It's not that hard. Just don't get caught. Come on, guys. Like, if we're cheating with AI, get a college student to do it for you. They won't get caught. Just be better. It's just sports media is shifting, and it's shifting away from the money, which is something you rarely ever see. And the panic is there. The panic is happening. You can see the panic, and it's moving just away from the money. And I'm curious how far it gets from the money because it's going to get brought back eventually. But I'm curious how far it gets before the foot comes down and something happens because something is going to happen. Something big's going to happen in sports media. I don't know what it is, but the farther we get from the money, the more drastic that thing's going to be. And I'm looking forward to it.
Something huge is going to happen because let's speak on it. FS1, Joy Taylor, Keyshawn Johnson, Paul Pierce, all gone. Now, don't get me wrong.
Well, they were also bad.
They were terrible. The shows that they canceled were terrible. Oh, Emmanuel Acho too. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. But you're seeing the shift here. And you're also seeing maybe athletes in the media may not be. Look here. Athletes with the independent platform is working.
That's where I was going. That's where I was going next. Yep.
Like you see, even Shannon Sharp, no longer with ESPN, but has created his own media company with Nightcat with Ocho. Ocho, once he learns that it's okay to criticize players, he will be just fine. That's
and once he takes and once he puts a little bit more of a serious face on in terms of his
the cool guy
reaction to events. Yeah. But no, I just like what you were saying. The independent sports media works. Do you know why? Because the guys talk about what they know. Cam Newton talks about football. When the Pat McAfee show first started, before they signed with ESPN, they talked about football. John Boy Media, who just signed with MLB, which really, really scares me for the quality of that company because nothing good ever comes when someone signs with Robert Manfred. But they do a really good job because their content on talking baseball is baseball. It is nothing but baseball because you know what? They know baseball. And when on John Boy Media, which is more of like their it's still baseball, but they do like the breakdowns of other sports, whether it's cricket to NFL, like they'll throw some other sports. You can see that they don't always know what they're talking about. So it works because they're doing what they do. You don't have Paul Pierce talking about baseball. You don't have Ryan Clark talking about basketball.
Unfortunately, they have him do it sometimes, and he does not do a good job.
Yeah, and it's disgusting. And I know that's a bad term to use, but when you listen to them speak about a sport that you know and love, and they don't know and love, it just hurts. And you're gonna lose ratings, you're gonna lose viewers, and I think they're kind of figuring that out because FS1 they cleared house. So did ESPN. They're
Uh-huh.
clearing house. They're
Yeah.
setting. They're
And
setting up to
also,
something.
well, actually, they just signed a deal with Barstool Sports.
Fuck.
Yeah. So they are going to have a day show. And plus,
on
On
FS1
FS1.
or on ESPN.
and then Portnoy is going to be
Yeah, I
on
saw
Big
that.
Noon Kickoff.
Yeah. Yeah. I am not going to speak on the Dave Portnoy.
I don't
Because
want to either.
Okay.
I don't want to either.
I think that's going to gain them some viewers. I think that's going to lose them some
Mm-hmm.
viewers. I'm not going to comment on how many of each they're going to gain and lose, but that's a decision. That's for
Yeah.
sure. Barstool signing though. No.
Mm-mm.
No, because there are really good sports people in
Yeah.
Barstool. Barstool went bad when they just kept growing and growing and growing the company, and they just kept hiring these idiots that don't know anything about sports. These talking personalities that fall apart, and the problem was they just kept hiring the same type of personality, this boisterous, testosterone-filled guy, and it just wasn't working, and they just kept doing it and doing it. When it was Frank the Tank rambling about the Mets, twice a week, and that's what their baseball content was. Frank the Tank, he'd complain about the Mets twice a week, every week. He'd put up 1 or 2 videos about the rest of the MLB, and it was entertaining. Why? Because Frank's funny, he's relatable, and he knows what he's talking about. He's incredibly intelligent on the baseball field. But then when they throw these 4 other people in who shall not be named, because I don't think they're very good in the MLB scene, and they're asking questions like, who's the guy from the Mariners that has all those home runs? Then you shouldn't be talking baseball.
Yeah.
Because that was a real question on Barstool a couple weeks ago. Saw it on
That's
Instagram.
insane.
They're doing a baseball segment, and just some fella, again, who shall not be named, asking who's the guy in the Mariners with all the home runs. No. And Barstool Sports does not do enough sports to have a day show.
No.
However, they do have a new hire. His name is Zach. Zach is fucking awesome.
Zach,
If you ever want to watch some high quality Barstool content, new intern, might be an intern, might just be a new hire. Zach. He is high quality content. He is a great human being. He's a good enough sports guy. He's just a funny, relatable, down to earth guy. Love him. We need more Zach. But other than that, not a lot of good coming out of Barstool. And I do, as much as I am professionally indifferent about Dave Portnoy, I do enjoy a good pizza review. I will throw that out there. Because those pizzas look really good.
there's nothing about that man that I like.
Except for the pizza.
There's nothing about that man that I like.
Alright, fair enough. I'm taking the pizza. Hey, Yankees take the lead.
Damn
Sorry,
it.
it's really random.
But yeah. Like, getting back to that take with athletes in covering different sports, I think FS1 fell victim of Shannon Sharp. Because Shannon Sharp was really the first athlete to talk about multiple sports. And they seen that Shannon, well, not really the first athlete, but I think like the first athlete in such a preeminent role, being across from Skip,
Yeah.
who's covered.
And such a consistent role, too.
In a consistent
where,
role.
he was there every week spewing.
Yeah. And people fell
Oh.
victim because he does so well with it, even though
Yeah, even though he has no idea what
Shannon
he's
Sharp does not have a clue about what's going on with basketball outside of LeBron James. The only
But that worked.
but it worked for
that worked
that.
with Skip.
But it worked for him.
because Skip only ever talked
LeBron
about
James.
LeBron.
That's it.
So it did work. The dynamic fit.
That's why you see the first take dynamic with Stephen A was not as preeminent as it was with Skip, because yes, LeBron is a preeminent topic on ESPN and on First Take, But that's not all that they cover. And plus, Shannon Sharp was also an ultra Cowboys hater, which was perfect opposite of Skip, who's a Cowboys lover. Now you're on a platform who's a bigger Cowboys hater than you.
Yeah.
That's where it dips. And the only thing notable Shannon did at ESPN was the whole Lakers in 5 thing, and that fell apart awfully because it was Timberwolves in 5.
And that fell apart in 5, but yeah.
Literally.
Yeah. I'm so with you on that point. I never thought about it that way until you said it. Just
We need more athletes in sports media. But I don't want to listen to Michael Phelps talk about baseball.
Agreed. If Michael Phelps talks
All right.
about swimming, I'm all for it.
I'd watch 2 hours of it every day. 'Cause that's why when the Pat McAfee show first got really big, and the first hour and a half to 2 hours was just football.
Pure
And it was-
football.
It was the whatever, the Bring the D with Darius Butler, and they were running just football segments back and forth. They had what's his name, the offensive lineman, I can't think of his name, or they have JJ Watt on a bunch, but I can't think of the offensive lineman. They have an offensive line coach that they have on a bunch. But then Pat McAfee talks about it. The guests they had were football oriented, but when you trot out a baseball player onto, or God forbid, the worst one ever, when they trotted Caitlin Clark out onto the Pat McAfee show, and these guys had no idea what the hell was going on in college women's basketball, other than Iowa and LSU. You could tell they didn't know who Dawn Staley was. They didn't know who Gino was. They didn't know who any of the real predominant figures in college basketball were, other than Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. And it was just horrible to listen to. And again, I love the Pat McAfee show, but that was a really tough listen because they were obviously oblivious. And they've gotten better. They've gotten a little better. They've broadened their horizons. But still, Pat McAfee show should be a football show. Cam Newton show should be a
Which it strictly is. With Cam Newton show is completely football.
And it's great. It's great. Cam Newton show is a good listen.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good watch, I should say. Good watch, not listen.
But also,
But
with athletes covering, it's great in NFL. It's great with the MLB, college football, college basketball, you name it. But in the NBA, though,
I think you just got to get the right athletes.
The right athletes, because Chuck, Shaq, Kenny.
So you should lay down. You should lay down these rules, right? One, they can't have done cocaine in their career, so we get rid of Charles Barkley, we get rid of Shaquille O'Neal, and we get rid of Kenny.
Well, I don't think Kenny did coke, but
you never know. You can't have solicited with a minor, and that takes another half of those old heads out. Right?
You also can't have people defending them either.
Okay, so now you got this nice, good box of ball knowledge people. So, Jeff Teague.
Yep. Entertaining show. Sir.
Good listen, entertaining show, and he gives good insight to what being an NBA player feels like. Not even looks like all the time. What it feels like, because his storytelling's good, and he tells it from a very emotional.
And plus, he has a very entertaining co-host as well.
Yeah, and he's got a good group of guys. I'm trying to think of different NBA. Well, not even a podcast, but when they get LeBron and KD.
Oh yeah, mind the game. Mind the game. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good listen because it's good basketball players who aren't coked out of their mind and who aren't 80 years old and respect the modern
and they're
day of
talking
basketball.
about the game of basketball.
Yes. I think that's the first problem that Shaq and Charles ran into is that they didn't respect the modern game, right? Because you could tell they hadn't watched the modern game. And as they worked more and more on CNT and they kept watching the game, right? And they improved as basketball watchers, they became headline-chasing analysts, where they are then straying away from the basketball and into the drama. And we never got great analysis.
You're getting great entertainment, but it's taking everything out of the analysis.
Yeah. So yeah, I your point I wholeheartedly agree with. We need to fix it. And we can fix it by doing what we're doing right now, just in the correct way.
Absolutely. Like
You don't have to overhaul all these programs. You just have to change what they talk about.
Yeah.
And then create a new program to cover what's not talked about in the first. And you have the money for it. And you just fired half your fucking cast. You have airtime for it. Because all I see is reruns all day long. I mean, last night the NFL Network was replaying a Commanders-Bills preseason game.
I mean, come on now. Don't nobody want to see that again. And people barely watched the first time.
Exactly. So it's just we don't have to do all that. Just put the right people in the right spot to talk about the right things, and only let them talk about
Yes.
them. Because I do not care what Shannon Sharp's opinion on basketball is.
Especially women's college basketball.
Because him and I have the same basketball knowledge in terms of expertise. He has no greater expertise in the game of the NBA than I do, than you do, than the mailman does. So let those people talk about those leagues and those events, and for the love of God, get ones that actually pay attention. Because when I'm watching March Madness, I want to hear some expert analysis at halftime.
Yes.
Right? And my guy looks up from his phone and goes,
What?
You know damn well I wasn't watching that game. Well, fuck, Charles. We want to hear what you had to say. We don't care that Auburn's winning by 30.
Exactly.
It was a first-round game, too. He didn't need to be watching the Auburn game. They were going to win by 90. It's just bad from Chuck.
Also, again, like going back to basketball, NBA Countdown is a disgrace to the game of basketball. I do not want to hear for 60 minutes straight what Stephen A. Smith and Kendrick Perkins think about the game of basketball. Bob Myers is fine because he is a high-level executive. He's probably going to go to the Hall of Fame. So I would like to hear what he's saying. But then we have Stephen A. and Kendrick taking all the time away from him. He's not going to be of value.
Yup. I want a segment with Steven Van Gundy, because as much as I don't love him as an announcer, I liked him when he was on the talk show.
I think he's better as a panelist.
I'd love to have Brad Stevens on there.
Ooh, he will be awesome, but he's doing a great job as the executive for the Celtics, so I don't think he's leaving anytime soon.
Yeah, but he's not doing that much. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it.
Like, he could take some time out of his day to talk for an hour on ESPN twice a week, once a week.
Sure.
It'd be nice to have him there. It'd be nice to have Steve Kerr when he retires.
Oh yeah,
Just because, I mean, when you talk about the two greatest teams of all time, he's
the head coach
constant. And in terms of different eras of basketball, he dominated both and he respects both. So I'd like to have him on there. And then I'd love to see a Chris Paul-esque player to like round it off, to get like more of a more recent player, like a Chris Paul. I don't think Kyrie would be great at that type of thing. I would love to hear. I don't want to say LeBron, but a JJ Redick.
JJ Redick was great at his role. He was great
because he was spectacular. So, but I'd love to see a guy like that, like a high intelligence, long-term NBA player that's played semi-recently, so we get some modern NBA insight. We get a couple coaches. We get a guy who's been around. Like, I want all four guys there to be basketball guys. I don't give a shit if we lose track of what we're talking about, or if we don't have good outros and intros. We don't need a host. And not to be sexist, we don't need a uber attractive female to bring us in and out of segments and offer her opinions that don't matter. And that's not because she's a woman. It's because the fact that she's never played basketball.
But you do need a good moderator. You do need a good moderator.
But you don't.
You do, but you don't.
You don't.
You know what I'm saying?
You're telling me that if would you rather watch First Take, where there's a good moderator, or Would you rather watch just a Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, LeBron James, Chris Paul conversation wherever?
Oh yeah, but yeah, certainly with the four. But like within those four, well, with the four, you can choose who the moderator is.
Yeah. But the moderator doesn't have to be this non-sports person. And I know, like, that's why the Pat McAfee
Yeah, the
show
Pat
works
McAfee,
so well. Because the guy
Pat is the
bringing us
host, he's
in
the
and out
moderator,
and in
and he
and
gives
out.
your opinions. Yeah.
Yes. If you had some 21-year-old skinny white dude that was bringing us in and out of segments on the Pat McAfee show, that wouldn't work.
Yeah.
Right? We don't need moderators that know nothing. We can have moderators that know something. And yeah, that's right. Did you see? I wanted to ask you about this. Did you see what Jeff Teague and that Reba McEntire looking girl we're talking?
I think
about?
her name is Nancy. I forgot her last name, but
Pelosi?
her name was Nancy. I did see that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because what the hell is she talking about? For one, Teague.
She's defending her
Teague.
great white hope.
Teague's got to be better than that.
Yeah.
All right, you can't be caught clipped in that way because he got
clipped bad.
That's a little bit on Teague because not only did he get clipped, but it was like a 12-15 second clip where he never clarified it. And once you don't clarify for that long, you know.
Yeah, and I think Teague said it was like I will be the hater too. So it was like
yeah. But you cannot chat shit to an NBA All-Star.
You can't do it.
And you cannot call an NBA All-Star who was at one time the second best player on the best team in the East.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot call him serviceable.
Nope. You can't do it.
Jeff Teague was a good quality NBA
He was good
player,
enough to make an All-Star team.
Saying that Caitlin Clark is better than Jeff Teague is the dumbest honk of bullshit I have ever seen. You put Teague in the league today.
He averages 30.
He's averaging
50. Maybe 50.
50. Well, and then she puts up like the. Sorry, I'm pulling this up.
Go ahead.
Because she brings up these statistics. Where would I find Bleacher Report? Probably. They covered this, right?
Bleacher Report, baby. I know, like
Did
Instagram page like NBA Buzz probably did.
NBA Buzz. I don't follow them. I'll take a peek. I want her post about NBA, but this account hasn't posted since 2023.
Oh, they're not NBA Buzz. It was something else. I think they changed the name.
I'm just gonna type in Jeff Teague and see what comes up on recent stuff because I want to show this. Here we go. Yup, found it. First thing, love to see it. So, this was posted. The art, is it gonna load in? Can you see that?
Yeah, I can see it, but I can't.
So it's just like the stats, like side by side stats.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Caitlin Clark, 19 points per game. This is career, by the way. 19 points per game. Jeff Teague. I'm sorry, no. This is Jeff Teague's All-Star season. Caitlin Clark's full season last year. So we're 19 points per game versus 15 points per game.
Yeah.
All right, we'll give you that. All right, fair, whatever. But then we're including rebounds and assists, where Caitlin Clark had 5.7 rebounds and Jeff Teague 2.5. So why include rebounds when the tallest person in the WNBA is 6'8"?
It's 6'8", right?
And Jeff Teague was
6'3".
Was playing with 7
footers.
Is the tallest player? Who is the tallest player in the WNBA?
Pretty sure it's Camila Cardoso.
Is it?
I think she's
Brittany Griner.
Oh.
It is still Brittany Griner
Okay.
at 6'9".
6'9". Yep, that makes sense.
It's still Brittany Griner.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I did type in tallest woman, but that's okay.
Benjamin.
And sorry, we'll cut that out. We'll cut that out in post, right, CaBreon? We'll cut that out in post, right, CaBreon?
I'll try.
All right, so we're gonna restart from right here. 3, 2, 1, bang. So the rebound just shouldn't have been included because, I mean, Teague is not the Hawks system. He wasn't supposed to pull rebounds because they wanted to run. So if Teague was pulling rebounds, we were doing something wrong. And then, I mean, that was the best, obviously, the year they were talking about. Then the 7 assists to 8.4 assists, usage rate matters there. Teague was not getting used nearly the rate that Caitlin Clark is. Steals per game, Teague wins. Blocks per game, again, by 0.3, Caitlin Clark has it. And again, I raise you the fact that Teague was playing in a much better league. But then you go to field goal percentages, which is really where the Caitlin Clark argument kind of falls apart. 3-point percentage, they're separated by 0.01%. Caitlin Clark is shooting from 3 feet closer and with a ball 2.5 inches smaller, and they shot the same percentage. So you lost me there. Free throw percentage, free throws are free throws. Every free throw should go in, right? So she shot 90, Teague shot 87. Who cares? And then effective field goal percentage, only 22-point difference. Again, with the closer 3-point line, smaller ball, less shot blocking ability. Okay, that's and then BPM and VORP, which was included for some reason when Caitlin Clark doesn't even have numbers. Just not a good look.
Not at all.
At all. And I think it's absolutely ridiculous. And also the fact that Teague would go to the WNBA and average 50.
Yeah, with ease. And the thing is,
But yeah, I just wanted to call that out while we were on sports media because that was some of the stupidest.
That's just dumb. Comparing WNBA to NBA players, just stop. Like we just need to stop. And plus, also another thing with sports media, they are covering WNBA all wrong. All wrong. So it's sad to say. And given the rise of WNBA 2, I do not know why ESPN does not do a studio show, given they have 3 preeminent women basketball analysts on the team. But yeah, like I'm saying to the audience, WNBA media, it's all wrong. They had ESPN at least has 5 women on their team who covers it at a great level. They should have a studio show by now. I think they've got some type of a YouTube exclusive thing. I don't know what it is, but
and this is where I'd love for if you just not to be sexist, but just take the men out of it.
I agree.
Because whenever you throw men into a WNBA conversation, and this isn't to be like some woman advocate pick me man, but the insecurity shows. We compliment a woman, now it's always got to circle back to but the man's better. Put 4 elite women analysts on a panel, let them talk about the WNBA on their own. Because it would be so much more entertaining, because every single time we have a mixed gender panel talking about women's sports, it always turns into gender.
It turns to gender, race, Caitlin Clark propaganda, Angel Reese jealous, all of that, all of it.
We just want to watch. Just hear about the NBA, and also, ever since Caitlin Clark went down and started to struggle, and Angel Reese in the Sky started to struggle because they both had down-ish years, WNBA coverage just in the toilet. Gone. Like, you've seen almost nothing the whole year. The Liberty won their first 9 games of the year. Opened on a nuts win streak to start off the season. Didn't hear a damn thing about it. They went 9. Yeah, they went 9-0 to start the year. 10-1 if we want to count the first 11 games. And didn't hear a single thing about it.
And also, Nafisa Collier is having one of the most efficient seasons in WNBA history. Not a peak.
The Lynx are 26-5. With I mean, with what's she's got? Jesus, I can't get it out of my mouth. But Collier is averaging 23.5 points on really good shooting splits at 50-40-90 if I looked right earlier. So 50-40 and 37. But it's 54, 91, and 37. Insane shooting splits. I mean, and haven't heard a word about it. Courtney Williamson having a great season. in the secondary role. Not a word about her. And it's just, I don't get it. I don't get. If you want the sport to grow, you have to cover something other than controversy. Because if your sport is born and bred in controversy, once that controversy ends, which God forbid they play each other tonight, and I'm now realizing that, it just all falls apart, which is exactly what's happening now. Angel and the Sky have been playing horrible this year. Caitlin has been playing bad. The Fever have been decent. They just lost 2 rotation players to injury, though.
Yeah.
So I don't know how that's going to shake up their season. But
Sydney
if you just
Colson
build...
tore her ACL, but she was more of a bench warmer before Caitlin went down. But I believe the other one was Carrie
She stepped up when
McDonald.
Caitlin was gone. She was not bad when Caitlin
Yeah, she
was
wasn't bad at all.
That could be a postseason. Like, if someone gets in foul trouble, you throw her in there. And she's a dog for you for the last 8 minutes of the game.
Yeah.
But if you build this league off the fact that Caitlin Clark hates Angel Reese and Angel Reese hates Caitlin Clark, then when they don't hate each other and when they're not playing to the best of their ability and you can't market either of them,
Right.
it all
You all
falls
fall apart.
Because your marketing cannot be based on just the hate of 2 players. When you have 13 teams in your league and plenty of players that are outperforming both Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. Neither of them have played like top 10 players in the league this
Nope.
year. And it's the only people we ever hear about.
Now, don't get me wrong. Like,
it's a bit
Angel
embarrassing.
has progressed, but still long ways to go. Caitlin has regressed.
I would say they both regressed.
Really?
Compared to last season.
No.
I think throughout this season, Angel Reese has gotten better from the start. Of the
Okay,
year.
that makes sense.
But from last year, Angel Reese has been worse.
I think
she was
Angel.
last year.
Well, I don't know if I could say she got better playmaking. It's just how bad the roster construction is with the Sky. She has become the primary playmaker.
I guess my biggest, I don't say disappointment with Angel Reese is her shot selection this year has been, especially early in games, her shot selection has been bad. When it's not time to force shots, we're forcing shots. And like I said, it's gotten better because she was shooting like 30-something at the start of the year for the first 10 games. She's up over 40. She's at 44% now. So she's improving this year. But one, she needs to get put in the Giannis timeout, and she doesn't get to shoot threes anymore.
I agree.
Because she's good down low. Let her play down low. And she's not really good on the run either. So she shouldn't be running pick and pops, and she shouldn't be setting screens at all. Let Cardoso set screens, right? Because she's not great downhill, especially to her right hand. So if she's setting a screen on the left wing, she's not really usable unless you're moving to the inside part of the floor because she can't pop. She's not good on the run. Let her get the ball down low where she is good, and let her go to work there. But her shot selection, I just don't love it. But she's shooting 20% from 3. So she needs to put in 3-point timeout because she's taken 119 attempts and she's shooting 20%.
Yeah, 119 attempts is.
I'm sorry.
Wait.
That's wrong. She's taken 42 attempts.
Okay,
She's taken 42 attempts. So she's made 15 of them.
Okay.
So, yeah, I don't.
Yeah. So.
Sorry, one more time. We're 0 for 3 on the numbers right now. She's taken 20 attempts. So she must have been put in 3-point timeout because she was up over 12 early in the year because we talked about it.
Yeah,
I
I think with Angel, I think she was probably testing the waters, maybe, and probably the coaching staff was taking the waters, see how is she from the 3-point range. If she's not good, you're gonna pull you away from it. If it's consistent, we'll scheme it out. But
well, yeah, and also if you're gonna be not even a playmaking big man, but a bald, like, dominant big man, big woman, I should say. No, I'm gonna stay with big man. It's just quicker. Your assist to turnover ratio cannot be in the negatives.
agreed. But also at the same time, the reason why she's at that position is because the roster is terrible. It's constructed
really bad.
awfully.
It is really bad. They have no outside
Nope.
shooting. They have no true dominant ball handlers to get the ball to the front court to even like set up anything. And they do not really have an elite perimeter defender.
Nope.
And also, I'm gonna say this right here and right now. Haley Van Lith
Oh.
sucked.
Mm-hmm.
She was. I don't understand because I hadn't really heard of her at TCU, right? So I didn't know what was going on there. And then it's like, oh my God, she's transferring to LSU, and everybody freaks out because Haley Van Lith.
Oh, wait.
Really
She
good
was
at
with
basketball.
Louisville, then she transferred to LSU.
I'm sorry, Louisville, and then
she transferred
LSU,
to TCU after LSU.
and then TCU after. So she's with Louisville. I'd never heard of her, right? And I didn't watch a ton of women's basketball, but also like I stayed like with the good players. I knew who they were. Like I was keeping track, like even back to like Enrique Gumbawale, like back to those days when there were good players. I knew them, never heard of her, right? And then it's like, oh, look at her, and then you look at her stats from Louisville. Not that good. She plays at LSU. Not good. Goes to TCU. Starts the year horribly. Starts the year horribly. Got a little better at the end, but still not good. Then she gets picked up WNBA team, and she's still bad. I don't know where the hype came from.
I don't either.
Because she is not good. She's not an athlete on the floor. She's not a good defender. She's an okay ball handler, but you can't get anywhere with it because she's so slow.
An inconsistent shooter.
Yeah, and wait, she can't hit anything. She takes so long to get the ball out of her hands. Like, yeah. I don't know where that hype came from, but she makes me mad as a basketball player.
Yeah.
Her splits are. Let's make sure I get these right this time. She's shooting 34, 76, and 16 on the year, averaging 4 points a game.
Wow.
She's shooting worse from three than Angel Reese.
And she's shooting way more.
Only 5 more. Not a
Oh.
ridiculous amount more, but she's made the same amount as Angel Reese.
But one's a big, one's a point guard.
Yeah. Well, she's also 34 for 99 from the floor.
Good grief.
From the
Good
floor.
grief. Wow.
That's really bad. Anyways, I just wanted to call that out because I've never been a fan of her and never understood the hype around her, and she just continues to be underwhelming everywhere she goes. I do need to wrap this up soon though because I'm going to the game tonight. Got to get ready.
Okay. Yeah, but
We want to hit an outro, or if you need more to talk about.
well, I don't know if you had more time, but I do know you wanted to cover that situation going on in the WNBA.
Yeah, we can touch that. So there have been some flaccid rubbery devices entering WNBA arenas and being target-based projectiles launched onto the WNBA floors.
Yes.
It is objectively the most disgusting and the most inappropriate thing to happen in sports history. When you really think about it, it is objectively funny. Not in the way of, oh, look, they threw a dildo on the court. That's really, no. But in the way of, the most recent dildo was thrown on the court in a WNBA game that was using a no-bag policy. Where did the dildo get in at?
Come in from?
Where did it come in at? Where did it come out of? That's the real question that we have to ask. Where did the dildo come out of?
I don't want to know.
Before
I don't want to know.
before it then was launched. But also, I think the problem that you're running into is there are betting websites that are giving odds for these flaccid projectiles. So, in theory, if you drop $1,000 on the Fever Sky game to have a rainbow-colored 12-inch ding-a-ling thrown onto the floor, and those odds are, plus 350. You just made $3,500. Would you not go throw a rainbow-colored 12-inch ding-a-ling on the floor?
Exactly.
So I do not love the encouragement that's being created through these betting lines that are offering essentially money to do it. Because if you bet on it to happen
Also,
and then you do it,
betting is a whole nother topic too.
we can cover that the
Next episode
whenever
that can be
will be.
covered.
Yeah. But yeah, I just
especially in like the moment where the WNBA really it faced a dead moment in press, and they weren't getting the looks that they had been getting at the start of the year when the hype around the two athletes were there, or when Paige Beckers came back, and there was the hype around her. It was kind of dying out, and then this happens, and this being what brings viewership back to the WNBA,
It's embarrassing.
really does not help their case of increasing the seriousness of
Nope.
the league, and that's a
That's
bad
awful.
thing. That is a really bad thing. But yeah, that's really all I had to say
Yeah,
about that,
and all I got to say is,
because it is bad. But
all I got to say is like,
oh, and just as a little, wait, go
yeah,
ahead.
all I have to say is that the fact that this is now pretty much taken over as probably the biggest news story of the WNBA season,
Oh, 100%, yeah.
and it is sad. It's terrifying.
A little
It's
bit
disgusting. Because really, if you want to be honest, this is almost sexual harassment,
Yeah, yeah,
and it's being
yeah.
thought of as a joke, and the W
Mainstream.
is being treated as a
Yeah.
joke. So I want to tell the worst commissioner in all the pro sports.
Second one.
No, I would argue she's worse than Manfred.
No.
I would argue
I'm
she's
still
worse than
taking
Manfred.
The reason I'm taking Manfred is because he took a good, I don't want to say like WNBA is a bad sport, but he took a successful sport and he turned a bunch of fans away from it.
That's fair.
The WNBA commissioner, she just took a bad sport or a badly viewed sport and just made it already, just kept it bad. She hasn't made it any better.
I would say it was like the reason why she has had it worse is because she has a layup to improve it, and she hasn't done shit.
True. All right, so worst commissioner. Tell her what you want to tell her.
Do you want this to be? Actually, no. I'm gonna tell you something else. Step down. Step down.
I don't know a ton about the political look of the WNBA. I know that the CPA and the owners of the WNBA are never gonna meet face to face. Well,
And plus, the WNBA players don't even like her either, for good reason.
yeah, you need a commissioner that is either marketable with the owners, marketable with the players, or marketable with the fans. So Manfred is marketable with the
Yep.
owners. Almost every decision he makes favors the owners over the players and the fans. Goodell, the same way. Adam Silver is more favorable with the players and less with the owners. And so, I mean, depending on what type of fan you are, with the fan, she is liked by nobody. You can't really give her any positives to anyone that's willing to listen because nobody likes her. And yeah, they need to figure that out. Also, the Yankees might be blowing it again. Leadoff walk for Victor Caratini in the top of this eighth with Camilo Doval on the mound. So we'll see how that goes.
Yep, we shall see. But since you do have a baseball game to go to, Brewers Mets.
Yeah.
Go Brewers. We're gonna go ahead and we're going to leave it at that. We want to thank everyone who will tune in to the show. We will be back next week. I was hoping it would be tomorrow, but your boy starts his job at Pfizer Forum tomorrow. So thank you. So we're going to leave it at that. Anything you want to leave us out with, Ben?
Go Brewers. As always, fuck the Cubs.
Absolutely.
And have a wonderful viewing day.
Yep. Everyone have a great day, and we will see you when we see you. Thank you.